Oh my goodness. All right, I think we're through most of the ad rolls. If anyone gets stuck in a pre-roll ad, I apologize. I don't think I quite waited the 10 minutes, but there's a lot of people in chat that I want to say hi to. I'm also just fiddling with social media, and I'm kind of tired of that. So there I am. Hey, Streamscribe, how are you? Good to see you. Wow, thanks for being here. How did your I got an alert about your giveaway stream the other day, but I wasn't able to make it. I was at work. Hope it went well. You guys should go follow Streamscribe. Let me scroll up to the top and say hi to everybody, and hello again, Kezrek. So honored to have you. If you ever decide to start streaming on Twitch, please let me know. I would be there in a heartbeat. Bigman, I'm glad you. I love you guys' dancing emotes. Good, happy Wednesday, everyone. I hope everyone's week's going all right. Love the dancing. Bigman, thanks for being here. Armpit Pete, hello, hello. Thank you for the cheese. I need some cheese this morning. I had another very unexpected morning. Not gonna get into it, but man. Ugh, I'm so anyway, hopefully it will be better the rest of the week. And Siren, good to see you. Skittle, oh my gosh, so many cool people. And Burnabimst, hello, so many artists in chat this morning. Wow, you guys ready to draw some clouds? Who wants to draw some clouds with me? Or not, you don't have to. But if anyone's new here and you haven't joined in on the warm-up streams before, you can always go to the Discord. We have a kind of a draw-along thing we do, and then at the end of stream, I'll share everybody's work. If you want to participate in that, you're more than welcome to. If you don't like Discord, I totally get it. Don't feel like you have to join. !Discord is how you find that link. But if you want to join in, you can also post a link in chat to your image if you'd prefer that. I just sometimes miss it, so make sure you highlight it or something. But anyway, it's always kind of fun. I'm really looking forward to today. I really enjoy clouds, and I haven't done a cloud study other than this one. This is from the one we did in April. It technically was like skyscapes and waterscapes. But what we're going to be doing today is looking at some cloud references and then kind of talking about color and light. And I mean, look, I'm here learning with you guys, so by no means am I an expert in this. If you have some cool things that you've found or ways that you like to approach these things, please share in the chat. I would love to improve. That's why I'm doing this. And thank you for being my accountability buddies to make sure we get it done. But this is kind of what we're going to be doing today. I just kind of pulled this up since we've done it somewhat recently, but I haven't done like a true studying different types of clouds and how to paint those textures in years and years. So yeah, that's what we'll be doing. Let's see, who else we got? I hope you're having a good day, Skittle, also. And Burnabimst, hey, thanks. We were talking about you in Chris Wright's chat the other day. Hope your streams have been going well. You guys give Burnabimst a follow too. I'm really loving meeting all these cool artists on Twitch. I'm telling you guys, I'm on a mission. I'm gonna try and convince all my art friends to get on Twitch. This is the way. It's such a cool community. So much more fun than any other art social media right now. Probably for a while anyway. But Siren, also thank you for building up the Chibi Casey lore. That's very flattering and very funny to me. I actually do have a picture of me. I did archery once, years and years ago. If you want to see it, I'll show that in the Discord later. Maybe it's an old picture, you guys. But anyway, hope everyone's having a good day. Ice arrows would be great. Yes, no, it would fit. And thanks again, Kezrek, for using your Prime sub here. I appreciate that. For anyone who's new to Twitch, if you don't know, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get a free Twitch sub that you can give to anybody, and I'm honored that you would spend that here. And like I said, if you ever start streaming, I'd be there in a heartbeat. Great creature artists, you guys. Should all go follow Kezrek. If you don't, I mean, I'd be happy to share a link, or if you want to drop a link, Kez, you'd be welcome to. But no pressure if you'd rather lurk. I don't want to intrude on your morning. See you, Atlas! Hey, how are you? I saw your warm-ups that I think it was you that dropped some warm-ups in the Discord from yesterday that we didn't see on stream, so I'll show those at the end of stream today. So we'll be looking at those. They look great. Thanks for doing that. Let's see. And Amaze, of course. Welcome on in. Good to see you, Amaze. Hey, thanks for all your help and with all the pins and stuff. I seriously couldn't run this stream without you, so I appreciate you so much. Let's see. Who else have I missed? Oh, sorry. I'm working on one of my teas again this morning, guys, so if I get the hiccups, I apologize. Oh, you love the warm-ups. Oh, thank you. I'm flattered, Kez. I'm very flattered, Kezrek. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. There she is. I know. It takes me a while to get on stream sometimes. Can summon snow dinosaurs. Siren, that sounds way more epic than I am. Less than 7 minutes and I'm already apologizing. Maybe we should have an apology counter. I know I'm bad about it, guys. I know. Trying to get better. I still get a little nervous about this whole Twitch thing, but you guys are all very kind. Thank you so much for being so supportive. Art Twitch is best. I'm sorry. Sorry to all the other Twitches, but Art Twitch is best Twitch. Oh my gosh, sorry. There's a lot of you guys are chatty this morning. Made it a third of the way. Gonna do an encore at the end of the month. Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys go give Streamscribe if you haven't already. I know. Wait, thank you for that shout out we got for Streamscribe. Giving away an iPad if you want to go join in. Also, just a fun guy to hang out with. Knows a lot of people here in Twitch, so a good way to get connected. If anyone is deciding to start streaming soon and you are a little intimidated, well, I am too, so you're not alone. But also, if you need help, I'd be happy to help anybody. What little I understand about Twitch, I'm happy to share. So let me try and catch up to you in the chat. Sorry if I skip over anybody's. Yes, Clouds. Discord is the devil, but here I am holding a pitchfork. So I know. Discord can be a lot. Oh my gosh. Hey, Toilet After Dark. How you doing? We've been seeing you a lot lately. You guys go give Toilet a follow too. Don't let the name fool you. He's fun to hang out with. My favorite is when you do the crazy voices in the costumes, which I think is most streams. It really is, right? Streamscribe, man. Yeah, it's not like that everywhere. I know. I'm loving this community, honestly. What is the warm-up sketch? Yosef, welcome on in. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. So we'll talk about that more in a minute. I want to get to the bottom of the chat, but hang around for a second. We talk at least I like to share about how like the difference between studying versus copying from a reference. I always try to encourage people, if you can, to draw from observation, like make a still life or look outside your window or draw the object next to you. We might actually do that at some point during these warm-up streams. The whole point of this, Yusuf, I think, is that how you say your name? Sorry, I'm really bad at name pronunciation. But the whole point of this is to train your observation eye so that you can actually fill your creative bank account and kind of pull on the information you're learning from studying from life and from reference into illustrations in the future. Warm-up sketches are something that I feel like most artists know that they should be doing, and we just don't make time to do it, or at least maybe I'm speaking for just myself, but I never make time to do it. In like 5 years of freelancing, I've just been like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, or I don't have time today, or there's other projects I could be doing. So the goal of the warm-up streams is to try and find like 30 minutes. My challenge to everybody, and you don't have to share it if you don't want to, but just to find just like set a timer and try to just sketch or color study or whatever you want to do for 30 minutes. It's just a really good way to get your day started. I personally also find it to be a really good way to get out of art block. But we'll talk more. Let me catch up on chat and we'll chat more about how to do all that. But that's kind of the overview. For anyone new here, that's kind of what I like doing here. And I like to call this the art gym. Like, we're all just accountability buddies to, like, if you've been looking for an excuse to do this, this is your opportunity. Mayor of Canada, thank you for those bits. And enjoy your puppy hug. I appreciate that. No worries, After Dark. Good to see ya. Everyone needs to have an... Aw, thank you. This is your stream. I'm enjoying... Aw, thank you. Yeah. Fine. Go look up Kezrek, and if you don't mind, I'd be happy to boost the link for you. Koga, welcome on in. You found an amazing tutorial. Nice. Let's open that up. I'll look at it later. There's all kinds of cloud tutorials, and it depends on the type of program you're using too. Oh yeah, they talk about it like bubbles. That's a good way to think about it. Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna look at that later. But thank you for sharing that. Let's see. Apology accepted. Oh, thank you, Badly. Badly! Hey, good to see you. Welcome on in. You guys, Badly's an oil painter here on Twitch. Speaking of how awesome art Twitch is. I was doing some plein air painting and we got to raid into that yesterday. It was super cool to see. I love that. It's very inspiring. Even though I don't like calling you Badly, because don't let his name fool you. He actually mistyped it, and it's actually I'm painting Goodly, but he just doesn't know how to change it on Twitch. So if you guys could make sure to call him Goodly instead, he really likes it when you do that. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. You guys should go follow Badly. It's the person with the most inaccurate username on Twitch. Thank you, Pikmin. I should have scrolled down a little more. Exactly. Really good oil painter, guys. All of these oil painters on Twitch are really inspiring me to like dig into my oil paint shelf over here and actually do some painting. Yeah, we might do it sometime. We'll see. What is the DJ name of his son? Eric. Perfect entrance, Mayor of Canada. Thank you for the jokes. We do like a good wordplay around here. Feel free to spam the cheese if you guys see a wordplay that you like in chat. I have no idea. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You know what he's talking about. Okay, let me get to the bottom. Oh, here we go. The Ultimate Pumpkin Pie. Welcome on in. I love your name. Good to have you. And welcome back to the chat. Yeah, we're gonna do some cloud studies. These are just the ones I had on hand. We're gonna do some new ones today. So for those who are here for this one back in April, I know you've seen these before, but let's see. From copying to study can be a big and rough step. Yes, I agree. You know, somebody actually pointed this out to me recently, and I've been trying to think about it more as I do these, because it is really tempting to just try and copy. And there's definitely a place for that skill set, so I don't want anyone to feel like ashamed or upset or like they're doing it wrong necessarily if that's what you do when you look at reference. There's definitely something helpful with that kind of like really practiced observation, but you kind of want to, if you're going to get into illustration or like creature design or character design or like things that are coming more from imagination, you see it a lot where people are like, I've been drawing for years and years, and they do these super realistic paintings and drawings, but they can't, they're like, but I don't know how to draw. And I think it's because, and someone brought this up to me recently, like I said a few months ago, and it's really gotten me thinking about it, because I've never thought about it before. But a lot of people just copy. They're not actually practicing, like, I guess I hate to say downloading, but like downloading or ingesting that information into their creative bank account or their creative, you know, toolbox or whatever you want to call it. And they're not actually asking questions. So for me, I feel like a big difference between copying, like something that can help you stop copying and start studying, is to look, I'm a little bit of a bubbler, is to look at the reference and actually ask yourself questions about it as you're working. It can start to like kind of, the more you can basically talk to yourself, you know, internally or out loud, I guess if you prefer, about what you're looking at and like answer questions as you're working, it's going to help you actually learn and remember that information for later. It's kind of like when I was a teacher, sometimes we would do something with the kids where we'd have them teach each other. Like I would teach them a concept and then it's like turn and teach. And so they had like 30 seconds to a minute to explain that concept to your neighbor. And it's kind of like doing that with yourself. I know that sounds weird. It's not quite the same, but I do think there's something to that, to like, if I ask myself, for example, like, okay, instead of just trying to copy this exact shape, which I obviously didn't, what I'm asking myself is, why is it white right here? Like, what's happening right here to actually make this part of the cloud white versus this part darker? And so then I start having to think about like mass and how water kind of billows and how it freezes, or like, you know, especially up here, or like where the light is coming from. It's like, oh, the sun is like behind the cloud. And that's why I'm getting this like backlighting. You know, same thing here. This one's probably a little easier to see. You know, here's where my light source is. Why is this dark even though it's close to the light source? Oh, because it's like a different type of cloud and it's more in front of where the light is hitting. So we're actually getting like a silhouette. You know, those kinds of things. It might sound goofy, but I do think that helps. So if you're somebody who's like new to art, or you're just trying to learn how to like think about this versus copying a reference, or if you're, you know, if you're a pro and you just want to practice along with us, I think it's never a bad idea. Like I said, I'm certainly guilty of it. I don't know about the rest of you, but I certainly don't make time to do studies as much as I know that I should. It's like I said, it's like going to the gym for artists. Like we're all art gym accountability buddies. So anyway, let's start the workout, I suppose, to continue the metaphor. But I hope you guys are doing well. And Koga, I don't know if I said good morning or good time zone to you, but welcome on in. It's good to see you. Lies, it's not a lie, badly. Do a Bob Ross paint along, Casey. Yeah, I love Bob Ross, but that's not. I want to encourage people to find their own techniques. Bob Ross is great for an introduction to painting, and I love his methods. But they can be a little formulaic, and so what we're trying to do is break out of our schema, right, or our patterns of tackling a problem. So if you ever hear me, this is another word I learned when I was teaching. Probably a lot of you already know what it means, but what I mean when I say schema is like, we don't want to just say like, okay, draw a cloud, I drew a cloud. This is a schema. A schema is more of like a symbol, or like, at least when it comes to drawing and like stages of artistic development, it's like, this is more of like what I think a cloud looks like, or my quickest and easiest way to express cloud. But when I am actually breaking away from that and finding my own way of making a cloud, like just by doing these studies, I'm going to be able to take these painting techniques, like the way that I laid down paint here, or the way I decided to like outline in a blue as opposed to a white. We're trying to create a better schema. Exactly. We're trying to create our own, like we're trying to break a schema really, and just like get back into experimentation and like trying to play with things, you know. And welcome on in, Raga, by the way. Thank you. Anyway, so you'll hear me say some of those words sometimes, and I apologize if I don't always explain them, but those are what they mean, more or less. I think schema is also a psychology term, so if you look it up, it might talk a lot about other types of schema, but it can be applied to a lot of things. And when I first encountered the word, it was in an art education class, so that's how I associate it. So it just makes sense to me. But anyway, understanding why it's this way will help you improve and apply. Exactly. I would suck at turn and teach. No one listens to me. No, amazed that's not true. Hey, Suga, how you doing? Welcome on in. Okay, I think I finally got to the bottom of chat. Let's get started. I don't remember if I post shared that I was live on Discord. Hopefully my bot actually works. It wasn't working the other day. Anyway, we'll just get started. I won't worry about it. Oh, and thank you, Amaze. There is a reference board pinned to the top of chat. I do have like a whole section for skyscapes. You'll find a ton of cloud pictures in there. I kind of want to make my own folder for just clouds because there's so many different types of clouds. But if you want to dig through there and find some references, like I said, I don't remember if we posted the Discord link yet, but if anybody wants to join the Discord and get in on the draw along portion, that is where you can do that. Just go to the warm-up art section, and that's where you can post your warm-ups. And like I said, at the end of stream, I'll share those. But yeah. All right. So as you can see, if you click that, I'm actually going to move this over here so I can talk toward the microphone. There we go. I'm trying to be better at streaming. Eventually, I will learn, maybe. There's all different types of clouds, right? Why do I have some duplicates in this folder? Sorry. I've been reorganizing my Pinterest, and so you might see some that are, yeah, there's a few duplicates. Just ignore that, guys. Ignore any mistakes here. So we got some Amatis clouds, which would be really fun to draw. I want to focus on different types of clouds, and actually I love the lighting in this one. So let's do this one. Would be fun. I think this will be a fun light study. I'm actually gonna start a new. Should I do this in Krita? Clip Studio. I might do it in Clip Studio, actually. I really need to learn Clip Studio. I mean, especially with everything happening with Adobe right now, I'm really feeling like I need to focus more on learning how to really paint in Clip Studio. So let's go ahead and do it here. These were the warm-ups from earlier this week. If you want to go back and watch the earlier VODs, we did water and wood earlier, just to like study some textures and things you can use in illustrations. Just some quick studies of those things. Not my favorite one that I've ever done, but was still helpful. This will be helpful for my illustration I'm working on right now. Let's make a new folder though. And we also did Fire and Stone yesterday. That image is back home. I had to work from home yesterday for a little bit, so don't have that one handy on this computer. But yeah, let's go ahead and start some clouds. We're gonna eventually do. I think we might save ice and snow for another. There's just so many variants to the elements, right? Like these are pretty broad. We'll probably do like. I want to do like ice and snow and maybe like gemstones and crystals sometimes. So we'll probably work that in for another warm-up stream. But for today, let's focus on clouds. Clouds are going to take up the whole day. I can already tell. I love drawing clouds. Kind of sad I haven't done a cloud study in a while. All right, and so here's our theme. In case this is your first time, the theme here is to get the bad drawings out, right? I've heard someone say before, you know, it takes like 1,000 bad drawings before you can make a good one. So my very cheesy way of rephrasing that is the journey of 1,000, or the journey, wait, what is it? The journey of 1,000 bad drawings begins with a single doodle, I think is what I say, but I don't know. I don't really have catchphrases. All right, let's do this one. I might pull up one more just so I can keep going. I will post this in the Discord in case anybody doesn't want to fiddle with anything. Oops. Yeah, I don't think my bot worked. Shoot, hold on. Does anyone know what streamer mode actually does? Does streamer mode do anything in Discord? I don't really understand how this works. Starting cloud studies if you wanna join. There we go. Sorry everybody, I'm a little slow. If you've already started your 30-minute timer, don't feel like you have to wait on me. But yeah. What does this mean? Okay. There we go. Oh, and there is an ad starting in 3 minutes. So if anybody, you know, if you do sit through those, I appreciate you. If you don't, that's okay. But those little ad revenue monies do go toward paying for my studio, so I appreciate that. And thank you for the bits also. I think I said that earlier, Mayor, but I appreciate that. That also helps. Every little bit literally helps. Okay. I think I've got my mod view. I'm set up. Done all the Twitch things. Oh, posted the reference. That's what I was doing. Sorry. I'm forgetful. I do want to do some high altitude clouds too. Sorry, sometimes I can't help but sing the silly songs. So I'm pinning a few extra cloud refs, if anyone didn't like the ones that were in there. Yeah, we're gonna have to do snow and ice another time. That would be super fun. Maybe even storms. I don't know. If you want to do a storm cloud, though, by all means. You go right ahead, chat. So we got some cirrus clouds pinned in chat now. I'm probably gonna pull up one of those. Of course, you can always buy, so I want to be clear, you can always buy like brushes and stuff, or fine brushes to download to actually like, you know, just do these things for you naturally, or I guess by default. I still think it's helpful to learn how to do them by hand, because then you can take those, you can use those brushes as your base, and then you know how to edit it. You know, you can figure out how to manipulate the edges and add extra things to kind of give it some variety so it doesn't look like you use a stamp brush. I think that's a really helpful skill. So I'm not going to be using any brush stamps today. I'm going to be doing this all by hand. So if you want to join in with me. Ooh, these are one of my favorite types of clouds. Oof, I love these clouds. Does anyone else just have like a bajillion pictures of clouds on their phone constantly? That can't just be me, right? But this is a good one to do. Alright, we're gonna start with some basic clouds here. I like this one. We'll copy this one. I used to have a cloud book and I got rid of it, and I'm kind of regretting it because I really liked looking through it and learning about all the different cloud types. Any other cloud nerds in chat? Let's do basic clouds here. Let's start with this one because that one's probably a little more, a little less intimidating maybe for some people. If you already started with that one, of course, go right ahead. But you know what? I'm actually. All right, here we go. I know some of you've already started. I'd take forever. Oh, Koga, you asked me to hydrate. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I shall hydrate. I'm gonna try and finish my tea before 11 today. Honestly, if I don't finish it in the next like 15 minutes, so much caffeine in those things, I probably won't even sleep tonight. So definitely thank you for the reminder. I do need to hydrate. Also, pardon the very dated music. Clouds. Oh, no. Love some clouds. All right. Yeah, enjoy your alert, Koga. Thank you so much for hanging out. Yes, happy Wednesday. I think I'm behind, sorry. Trying to capture the flow of the clouds. Yeah, that's tough. That's why I tend to prefer elemental things with paint studies. I probably won't do much sketching. Today it's probably all going to be paint for me. Alright, and we're back at home. This is like, you guys, I've had the weirdest morning. This is like the third time I've had to come home today for something. I think I'm being told something, honestly. I think I'm just supposed to be here today. Apparently they are doing some kind of road work or something on the road that my studio is built off of. Sounded like the landowners also were not expecting. Oh no, hold on, I'm getting some echo here. Give me 1 second. Why is that happening? There we go. Shoot, I'm still hearing it. Hold on. Oh my gosh. I have no idea where that sound is coming from. Sorry, this is normally the kind of stuff I try to figure out, like, you know, before stream. But we're just having a morning today, guys. All right, hopefully you guys aren't hearing an echo. Hopefully the chat is working again. Anyway, we are going to draw clouds, not dinosaurs. This is just what was pulled up on this view here. There we go. If you were curious, though, I guess since I didn't get a chance to show you, here's what we did yesterday. Fire and stone. Hopefully that weird echo has stopped. I don't see anywhere else that could be coming from, so I'm just going to close everything. I still feel like I'm hearing it. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Let me know if you can't. But let's go ahead and draw some clouds, shall we? Thanks, Maze. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry guys. You know, I try to keep that stuff posted in my. I tried to post in Discord. If you want to join my Discord, that's you can hang out between streams there. But how long was I down for before I realized? Hopefully it wasn't too long. Anyway, let's get back to it, shall we? Gosh, that was like a 20-minute detour. Sorry about that. Okay. Clouds. We're doing clouds. Not fire, not stone, but clouds. Hopefully there's no strange echo. I don't hear it anymore, so hopefully it's gone. There's my mod view. So I have to pull up all my stuff again to make sure I can actually do any amount of moderating on my stream. There we go. Okay, so clouds. As I was saying, let's study some clouds. I'm going to pull that reference back up, and we'll just jump right into it. But in the meantime, hopefully you guys were able to draw something. Just because I couldn't draw for 20 minutes doesn't mean you couldn't draw. So hopefully you were able to. Yeah. It's a shame. Huzzah! Hey, thanks for hanging out still. Let's do, you know what, let's switch it up. I really like the lighting in this cloud. So I'm going to post this one in the Discord too. And we're just going to switch it up and do this one. Okay. Boop. Cloud. Why isn't it letting me? Yes. Oh, that's so tiny. Why is it so tiny? That works. Hey, Santa Bob Claus! Thanks for coming on back in. Yeah, you made it just in time for the reboot. Had a random internet outage at my studio just now, so I had to run home again. For the, like I said, third time this morning I've had to come back home. So may just stay here. We'll see. The landowners where I have my studio said they would text me when the internet was back on, because I have a bunch of stuff I need to do today that requires the internet. But a lot of my files are back in my studio. So anyway, we're having such a weird Wednesday. It's Weird Wednesday, guys. We'll be back on streaming from somewhere this afternoon. I don't know where. Maybe here still. I didn't have time to grab a print. I ran out of there so fast. So here we go. Here's my wall decoration, guys. Enjoy this lambeosaur that will probably fall down because it's just held up with washi tape and some masking tape. I'm chaos today. All right, there we go. I took it down because I wasn't sure my roommate would appreciate having a dinosaur in the living room. It's okay. Oh boy, hanging out. Hey, I appreciate it. I hope everyone's art's going well, regardless of whether you're drawing along or working on stuff. I hope everyone's doing well today. May you have a less frazzled Wednesday than my Wednesday has been. For anyone who yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get into it. I've had a weird morning. Okay. Let's paint clouds. That's what we're here to talk about. Not my weird Wednesday. We all have those days. I know, but I got up early. I was like, it's going to be a productive day. Here we are. It's 10:40 and I've done pretty much nothing on my to-do list. Oh well. Can't control life. Gotta roll with it. So, back as I was saying, I'm gonna go quickly this time. So let's just make a little box. I'm not gonna worry about color matching. We already talked about color matching. I'm just gonna color pick and let's start. Let's do some art. Let's do some studies. So for anybody, like I've said before, for anybody who's new to either like drawing in general, or just studying versus copying with references. I'm gonna make this bigger because this Huion is so tiny compared to my studio setup. What you want to do is kind of look for shapes and colors, especially with elemental things like fire and clouds and water and all that stuff. What I like to do is kind of block in my big shapes first. I'm not going to worry about details right now. And again, like if you just got in, like I said before, I know that there are brushes out there that you can use to kind of like stamp in cloud textures, and that's totally valid and definitely time saving. I still think it's really helpful to learn how to actually paint like certain types of clouds, so that when you do have to use those brushes or those stamps to go quickly, you know enough, like you have enough found knowledge or enough of a visual library to kind of pull from, so that you can know how to edit the brushes to make it look more natural. Because if you're using a stamp brush, a lot of time your edges are going to be the same. You know, there's going to be a lot of patterning that doesn't look super good, or may not match the style of the painting that you're going for. So it's still really helpful to study these things, even if you do functionally use more shortcuts like that, digitally anyway. I mean, but there's ways to get around that too with traditional media, right? You can also use like sponges for texture and that kind of thing. Oh, hey Chris, how's it going? The Rumi can't appreciate a beautiful lambasaur, they ain't got no taste. I mean, I agree, but if I could show you, I'm not gonna touch my camera because this webcam is, this is my B setup, guys. This is everything that's older. If I touch this camera, it will freeze, so I'm just gonna leave it where it is. But just trust me, it's very like Better Homes and Gardens in here. It's definitely not like 12-year-old boy. So, hey, welcome back, Blue. Blue Skittle, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, this thing's gonna fall down. We should take like bets on how far into the stream you think this picture will hang before it falls. I'll give anyone who gets closest, you get some cheese. I don't know, just for fun. I'm gonna give it 20 minutes before it falls, personally. This is the devilishly old webcam. This is the one that I got when I first started streaming back in like 2017. And it was like the cheapest one on the market then. So Tibio Boy is my favorite aesthetic, and me too. Yeah, I don't really I'm not a decorator. I don't really care. I like function. I'm function over form every time. Which is why, by the way, Chris Wright, I have no design eye. Which is why, hey, you guys, I'm trying to talk Chris Wright. He's a graphic designer, not to like put you on blast, but he just started streaming here on Twitch. Does really fun character design stuff. He's trying to get more into illustration. I'm trying to talk him into giving free graphic design classes online here on Twitch. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, you know, speak up in chat. Let him know. I bet you there's people who'd love to learn how to do a layout or how to think about gridding or what it actually means to like typography. Just teach me typography, honestly. Anyway, no pressure, of course. Please know that I'm just ribbing you. I hope I'm not actually pressuring you. I'm just giving you a hard time. But I do think I'm not the only one that would be interested. It's a really helpful skill set when you are an artist. And for people like me who you know, can't afford art school, never went to art school, just kind of trying to figure it out, it's really helpful to have a teacher. So if you ever were looking for something else to stream, I think it would be interesting. But alas, I'm going to stop putting you on blast now. Sorry about that. Best of luck with this stream. Yeah, right. Thanks, Skittle. Version 2 electric. Yeah, there we go. Appreciate you, Skittle. And can we get a shout out for Blue Skittle too? I hope you're doing well. Hope your art's going well this morning. You guys, Blue Skittle, another awesome Twitch artist here, does amazing digital illustration and painting and all kinds of things. So, anyway, hopefully, I think I said hi to everybody who is still in chat. If you're still lurking in chat, I appreciate you. Thank you, Amaze. Sorry. Yeah, sorry to anybody who popped in while I was gone. I don't think I missed anybody, but I might have. Anyway, it's all good. Just a little nervous. No, I get you. I get you. No pressure. You work on what you want to work on. I'm just saying down the road, you know, if you ever decide you want to do something like that, I think there'd be a market. Please focus on how you want to focus on your streams. Don't let me pressure you. I'm not trying to be a strong armor here. I'm just really excited to find, you know, cool new artists like yourself on Twitch, and I want to encourage them to stay around. So if anyone wants to give Chris a follow, he does some really cool work. We were talking about all kinds of stuff yesterday. Fun art chats on stream, industry chats, that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh, of course, Skittle. I love Art Twitch. Art Twitch has been very kind to me. I want to be kind back, you know? Lots of cool people here. like I've said many times, I'm hoping to convince a few other art friends to join, so. I love the variety of streams that there are here. Also, you guys, if you haven't checked out the educational side of Twitch, you really should. There's so many like professors and experts and scientists that stream here on Twitch. I think you guys will really be into it. It's fun. It's almost like I'm starting to think of Twitch as like a couple of things, right? It's almost like an interactive podcast, but at the same time, sometimes I feel like, for those of you who've ever tabled at a convention, I almost feel like I'm tabling. Does that make sense? I don't know if anybody else in chat has done that, but it's kind of like you're at a booth and you're just doing a thing, and then whoever shows up is like the people who come to your table, and then like, I don't know. It's interesting. Let me just get ahead of it. Hey, I wasn't gonna say anything, but you're welcome to shout them out. Amaze. Amaze, I know you're trying to draw. Don't worry about it. I don't want to interrupt you too much. But yeah, it kind of feels like you're a little bit like you're tabling, so who knows, you know, maybe this is good practice for anybody who wants to table at a convention. It gets you used to kind of be in front of people a little bit. Although there's some differences, obviously. You don't even have to ask. I know. I'm sorry. I mean, thank you. I need to be better about saying thank you instead of apologizing. That's a bad habit of mine. All right, so back to what we're doing. I'm just kind of blocking in, like I said. I'm trying to select the colors that I'm pulling out of this. I know it looks messy right now, and if you're new to like color studies, whether it's digital or traditional, whatever you're working in, it's gonna look blobby at first. So focus on like the movement, focus on shapes, focus on like, you can even try blurring your eyes a little bit if that's a technique that helps you. Sometimes I do that. It's kind of a different way to look at it. You can flip your canvas and look at it from a different angle so you can see what you've missed. I really like the dramatic spread of these clouds. Kind of the perspective that we're getting here is really cool. Traditional color studies can be scary, and they do take longer for sure. That's part of why I prefer doing them digitally. Well, I prefer a lot of things digitally, let's be honest. But you know, I'm just trying to say, I want to encourage anybody who's like, if you are not a digital artist, you can still participate and you can still try even if you don't share what you're doing. All right. Let's see. Do you work traditionally, Santa Bob Claus? I can't remember. I think we just met recently. So I can't remember quite all the specifics. We had a pretty big couple of raids last week, and actually even earlier this week. We've been very, very fortunate to be raided by so many awesome people. Yeah, but we've met a lot of people in the last few weeks here on Twitch, and so I'm struggling if I forget where I've met anybody. It's not, please don't take it personally. But if you are an artist, please feel free to introduce yourself. If you have any links you want to share. I love seeing all the different stuff people are making. It keeps me inspired, and I know it inspires other people. I want this to be a place of art inspiration and just kind of like shop talk, that kind of thing. So feel free if anybody wants to share a link, as long as it's work safe. That's my only thing. I do have some kiddos that draw along with their parents sometimes for these streams. You know, I have family that watches these, so if you guys don't mind helping me out, I'd prefer not to have awkward conversations at the family reunion. And I appreciate your help with that, mods, too. But yeah, if you want to share a link, anyone, especially if it's art related, I'd love to see. You don't have the means to do digital art, but Casey's Artist Collective, CAC. I'm a bit rusty, I haven't done art. Hey, that's okay. Well, no pressure, Santa Bob, but if you ever want to join in, you'd be more than welcome. We've got a few people who've said they've started drawing again because of these warm-up streams, which is like the most flattering compliment I think I can ever receive. And you guys definitely inspire me. I love looking through the Discord, looking through ArtShare. That's what I forgot to do last night. I was going to make a command to kind of talk about our art showcase. We just started an artist showcase. It's a once a month like best of kind of showcase. So we'll be doing the best of June. It'll be the first big stream in July. So if you want to participate in that, again, that's in the Discord. I'll try to make a command so I don't have to like talk about it all the time, or at least something that comes up in chat. But yeah, it's a chance to get like your favorite piece that you worked on kind of for the whole month. You can get it shown on stream. I'd love to help other artists on Twitch find, other artists to connect with, and I've been very fortunate to have a lot of a lot of artists in my community. So yeah, I'd love to help spread the word about what you're working on. So many eyes. I haven't brought the pins out yet. No, my gosh, no. Amaze, you always make me sound so evil. I promise I'm not doing evil things. I just want to help. I just want to help. Okay, so what I'm looking on right here, if you are new to drawing or you're rusty or anything and you're nervous about how to start, so you can see it looks blobby, right? Like there's not a lot of form yet. I'm really just kind of trying to find the big chunks of color and light. Remember, ask yourself questions. Like, for example, why do you think, you know, why might this part have light in this part but not this part? You know, oh, I'm trying to think about where the sun might be just based on where I'm seeing light in the other parts of this image. It looks like the sun is kind of probably behind where this photo is being taken. Maybe off to the right. It's hard to speculate, but you got to think about like the position. And I'm seeing some mountains too, so it's possible that there could be some cast shadow from a mountain. That's why we're standing in shadow, but we're seeing light above us. But you can think about those things, right? Like when you go to make an actual illustration, you can think about those kind of lighting situations. Like, oh, that would be cool. Maybe I could try something like that. And think about why things are happening, right? Or like, you know, think about your perspective. How am I showing perspective by making this cloud much, much smaller than the cloud in front of it? How can I show kind of the arch of the sky and the various planes of the clouds? Okay, and then also something to note is it looks like it's kind of raining in the background here, but generally you'll notice with most skies, unless you're at like a very intense dusk or twilight, typically the horizon, like in midday sun or in like most of the daylight, the horizon tends to actually be lighter in color than the overhead blue. So you'll notice the blue is very dark overhead, right? And then it kind of fades down. And I didn't have like time to actually paint that in. I was in too big of a hurry, but I can quickly blur it in so you can see. Oops, wait, where did I put? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so like typically you're gonna see kind of like a light to dark fade with background sky. I probably should have done this before I painted the clouds, but I jumped right in there because I was in a hurry to get started. Boot things back up here. Let's see. Where's the blur tool? I forget where that stuff is in Krita. A little bummed I can't be working in. I guess I could open this in Paint Tool or Clip Studio or whatever. Oh well, we're here now. I'm not going to change it. Great question. What program do you use? So I use a couple. I do still use Photoshop for some things. Like many people right now, I am trying to transition out of Photoshop. I have been trying to do that for years, and I've been a little bit lethargic about it, a little bit complacent. You know, I've worked in Photoshop since 2015, which is not as long as a lot of people. I actually worked in Open Canvas for like the majority of my, I guess, pre-freelance time. Just like the free beta version of Open Canvas. It's actually where I made a lot of my older images. But I started transitioning to Photoshop in 2015 when I started actually trying to freelance and make this art thing, like after I left teaching. And I've been in it for a while, but I started the transition to Clip Studio when I started doing graphic novels. Which, by the way, if anyone wants to read my graphic novel, it is called Drift. It's on hiatus right now, but oops, I was trying to type that in chat and it did not work. But I'm hoping once I get my portfolio together this month and start and submitted, that's my big goal for June, is to like put my work back out there. I'm hoping to pick Drift up again later this summer. So if you want to go read where it's at now, I think one of those websites, it's a little bit further along, but yeah, feel free to check it out. It's about it's just an animal comic. You know, I draw a lot of animals. It was actually a project that I started when I was teaching, because I was frustrated because I didn't have any time to draw. I basically didn't draw for 5 years. So kind of toward, I don't know, various parts of that job, I would try and paint, try and do anything really. Put that on the wrong layer. There we go. Okay, I'm not going to worry too much about the entire image here. I just want to focus on the clouds. So, but you guys get the idea, hopefully. Just think about things like that. Think about the distance and the kind of atmospheric perspective. Like you'll notice it's obviously hazier with those clouds in the distance, right? It's not as clear. But again, I love these like bold, these really bold colors. So these are things that you can put into your visual library, right? Your creative bank account. You can kind of log those away. Yeah, bright eyes. My playlist is everywhere, guys. This one, the one at home, I don't have as much music on this computer. I don't have this playlist is not as long, so forgive me if you hear a few songs more than once. But I try. I don't do song requests, but if anyone does want to request music, I do pull from the music share section of my Discord, so people post stuff in there all the time. And I'm always looking through it to look for new things to add. So if you have any songs that you would like to hear, can't guarantee they'll get added to the playlist, but it's a good place to post them. I'm always looking for new music, honestly. I don't have time to browse and peruse. Too busy to have culture, so I'm relying on you guys to have culture for me. I love these little, oh man, look at these. So here's another cool thing to study. Remember, when I say study, we're not copying. So you'll note that I'm not being super accurate with this mark making. These are, I like to call this more like visual note taking, right? So one thing that I just noticed that I really, really like is this cool, like these cool little, I don't know, darker kind of like floating wisps of clouds that are kind of stacked in front of that distant cloud. That's a pretty cool effect. And that's one that, at least I like it. And that's one I can pretty easily toss into a painting down the road. So yeah, I'm basically just taking some visual notes here to be like, okay, I really like this texture, or I really like the way that contrasts. Speaking of contrast, if you are new or newly returned to art, always keep in mind your contrast. This is something I need to work on more. Again, I am not a pro. I'm just here to learn. I'm trying to become a pro, but your eye, the human eye, is naturally going to be drawn to the points of brightness, but particularly points of high contrast. So if your whole image is very dark, like this one, and then you have this bright spot in the middle where that cloud, where the sun is really hitting that cloud, that's why your eye looks directly in the middle there. It's like, whoa, what's going on here? And then your eye kind of slowly spirals around to the rest of the image, right? So you can kind of, if you can learn how to like manipulate light a little bit or focus the viewer's eye just by doing a few little touches like that, like if you want someone to look here, make your focus of brightest contrast right there. Kind of lower the saturation or lower the value elsewhere. And you can kind of, I hate to use the word manipulate because that sounds really malicious, but in a way that's kind of what you're doing as an artist, right? I haven't used TV Paint. Oh, I think I forgot to finish answering your question, Santa Bob. I'm sorry. I'm currently in Krita. I'm trying to transition to Clip Studio, but I do sometimes still use Photoshop. And those are like my main ones. On my other setup, I do sometimes use Paint Tool Sai, like the original version. I don't use it here because it doesn't work with Huion very easily. I need to go in and like adjust a bunch of settings. I just don't have time for that. So yeah, so Huion has barred me from Paint Tool Sai here at my home studio, unfortunately. But I do sometimes still sketch in it when we are at the other studio. So I've never used TV Paint, no. There's a couple under the digital category. Wait, what? Open Canvas, you liked it too. Yeah, it was a fun program. Brush presets is a couple under the digital. Oh, yeah, I need to fish around. I have some free brushes somewhere for Krita that I need to download. I think I have them pinned, bookmarked here. Also, I can't hear my music. I don't even know if you guys can. There we go. Turn that up just a smidge. I've heard good things about TV Paint. What was that? There was a program somebody was talking about in our Discord. It was like an animation program somebody recommended. Was it TV Paint? I thought there was another one. I don't know. All right, so now that we've gotten the basic color blocks in, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on some blending and some highlights. Which blender I prefer. So what I like to do with I like gentle blending, or like very like smeary blending, I guess. I like when you can kind of gently transition. Some blenders are better than others. Not all blenders are built the same, so don't be afraid to toggle your settings to find a really good blender. I kind of want to focus on these details here, so that's why I'm putting a little more time into this part of the cloud. That's another thing you can do when you're working on like a full image and not just a study like this. Focusing in on small details in just a few places and leaving the rest kind of vague is another way to kind of, again, manipulate the eye of the viewer a bit in order to like focus them in on the parts that you want them to pay attention to. I am going to finish this part just a little more. I didn't realize I hadn't quite gotten very far here. But what I'm going to do is basically kind of put in some of these colors here. Oh, I love these textures too. These are interesting. And then we'll do some more of that reductive method that we talked about yesterday, where you can like erase around the edges or kind of like take away along the edges to sort of paint out stuff. So for example, so I can paint in this little blue, right? And kind of rough up these edges to make them a little more wispy. So I'm noticing areas of the clouds, like they're kind of thin. They almost look stretched, sort of, if you look closely in between kind of where these little fluffy connectors are. They're not as full-bodied, right? They're a little more sparse. And you can just kind of take an eraser or a blue or however you've structured your layers, just kind of reduce those edges a bit and kind of rough them up. And just like some little touches like this, it's already going to make it look like I put way more work into this image than I actually have. And we talked about this a lot yesterday when we were doing the fire. And I'm kind of merging two parts of the cloud right here. So it's not, again, not an exact copy, and I'm not worried about that. We kind of want to get away from copying. We want to focus on studying. So ask yourself questions. Like, for example, I'm noticing how crisp the white parts, like the upper parts of the cloud are, versus how wispy these gray bits that are sort of floating in front of that part of the cloud are. So just another thing to note, right? Another thing that I could pull into an illustration. Take the fear. 10 points for fun. Oh, what's the most despondent illustration soft? Paint tool sigh. Oh, Chris, there you go. Look at, see, earning cheese. Love it. 10 points, yeah, exactly. Oh, you're trying to tell me where the blending tools are. Thank you, Maze. I'll have to, I need to find some time to play with Krita. And thank you, Santa Bob Claus. I do enjoy a painterly, a more, I guess, painterly style. For me, it's just so much quicker as part of it. I definitely learned that lesson when I was teaching. Like, I had way more time to draw when I wasn't worried about details. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I have a long way to go, too. Hoping to get there, you know? We'll see. Let's see. I'm spending too much time on this, but I'm really interested in these little tiny pieces. Like, kind of, I really want to study and ask and like kind of memorize these shapes, right? So I'm seeing like some undulation. I'm kind of trying to imagine how this would be moving, you know, kind of like we did when we were talking about fire. I'm drawing on things that I've observed in nature, right? And hopefully you are too. One of the cool things about training your observation eye like this and like learning to study is you'll find yourself noticing more things as you're just out and about in life, right? You'll be like, oh, look at the texture on that tile, or look at that crack. Like, I wonder how you start thinking about how you might do that in paint, or just noticing shadows, noticing color, noticing texture. You'll start looking at like cabinets and be like, oh, that's interesting how the wood does this here and not here. Or you'll start looking at, you know, houses and architecture and animals and cloud details. And I think the more you learn to observe and stay curious, really, the better your art's gonna get. It's kind of when you lose that fascination and that curiosity, that's sort of when the art kind of dries up, at least for me. Maybe everyone's different, maybe I'm just speaking for myself here, but I think staying curious and asking questions is really how you improve your art, in a way. It's how you become a better artist. At least I hope so. That's my method, anyway. Oops, and there is an ad, I think, coming up, or maybe happening already for anybody who does not have a cheese by their name, so I apologize if you're stuck in an ad right now. Professor Oaks, how's it going? Speaking of cool artists here on Twitch, you guys need to stop what you're doing right now and go follow Professor Oaks. Love lurking on those streams. You always stream so late for me, though. I can never see the whole stream. It's my only sadness with you, Oaks. But really, if you wanna hear Go speak to the art god over there. You'll know what I mean when you go to his streams. He uses a very interesting voice modifier that is very fun to interact with. Hope you're doing well, Professor. Thanks for popping in. We're just doing some cloud studies today. Actually, this is my second attempt. My second attempt at cloud studies. I was at my studio until about 30 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. Had to run home because the internet decided to randomly go out because they did an unscheduled maintenance thing on that property and just like turned off the internet for everybody. So here I am, back at home again. That's okay. I hope your day's going well. I hope anyone who's working on stuff while you lurk, I hope it's moving forward. I know I tend to be a little rambly, so feel free to mute my stream, or at least, well, maybe don't mute it, but if anyone does want to help with the lurk points, if you're new to Twitch, basically I think you have to keep the volume at like 1% or 2% on the stream itself, but I believe you can, I've been told you can mute the tab, so I'm going to keep repeating that until someone tells me that is wrong, but I believe you can mute the tab, and those viewpoints will still count, and you can still see the stream, so if all you care about is having the art on in the background, feel free to do that. And of course, if you can't lurk, if you gotta run, that's fine. But if you want to help support, that is a great way to do it. Minimum is 1%. Okay, that's good to know. Somebody had told me 2, so I wasn't sure if like there was a difference. I've been putting everyone's at 2% when I have to lurk. So I don't know. Anyway, good to know. Thank you. You channel your Toonami late night Adult Swim vibes, yeah. You know what? That's really, I've never made that connection, but yeah, your little avatar is very like Tom from Toonami. It like scary eldritch Tom from Toonami. But got the giant crazy walrus. Oaks has been doing a series of redesigns, like spooky, like creature designy, not quite horror, but definitely like intense creature design redesigns of Pokemon. Are you getting close? I feel like you're getting really close to the end of that project. But if you guys want to go watch him finish that up, I think it's really fun. He's so fast, like quick draw with the creature design for sure. There's 8 left. Okay. Yeah. You guys go check it out. Great, great stuff. How are your cloud drawings? Outlook cloudy? Can't tell? I don't know. I can't tell. I haven't seen them yet. Have you posted them in the Discord? I will be looking at those, by the way, if anyone's new to these warm-up streams. I do a community share at the end where we can look at everyone's work. So if you want to participate in that, feel free to drop some clouds or whatever you're studying. It doesn't have to be clouds. And if you don't make it to the end of this stream, if you find this later and you want to participate later, you can always post your warm-ups in there at any time. I see some rocks and fire from yesterday from Atlas, so we'll be looking at those in a little while. Have to go, hey, thanks so much for being here, Santa Bob. It was awesome to see you. Streams, oh, hey, that's an honor. That's an honor, truly. We'd love to have you anytime. But of course, no pressure. If you would rather not share your studies or do that just yet, feel free to just come absorb inspiration from everyone. That's part of why I really like looking at everyone's work at the end. Sometimes, honestly, it's kind of a problem because I'll look at the stuff you guys are doing and kind of the way different people handle different studies or prompts or whatever, and then I'm like, man, I kind of want to draw again. Like, I kind of want to do more studies. So it's like but it's good. It's a good problem to have. I'd rather be inspired than uninspired, so. But again, if anyone wants that Discord link, if you're not in there, you can type !Discord. Or if Discord overwhelms you and you don't want to be in a Discord, I totally get it. There's no pressure to join. Everybody has a Discord, and they can get overwhelming. So if you'd rather just post your link in chat, you can totally do that. Just try maybe highlight it if you have the points to do so. If you don't mind using those, I can try and find it in chat. It's just I might not. I might miss it. So if you want to make sure it gets on screen, that's probably the easiest way to do that if you're not going to be in the Discord. But yeah, as long as your studies are work safe, it doesn't have to be what I'm doing. If you have a project you're studying for right now that has, say to do with like tree houses or something, feel free to post them. I'd love to see. All right, I'm getting too caught up in this. I really like these clouds. This is a really fun spread of clouds here, but I do need to move on and do another one probably. I've spent too long on this one. Let's go ahead and move on to, shoot, I really like, let me just do a couple highlights, hold on. So one thing I like to do with clouds, and don't feel like this is a rule or anything, but something that I like to do, might actually work better on this one, But I like to kind of do gentle, rough, like strong highlights, I guess. Gentle, strong highlight is a oxymoron. Sorry. But I like to, like, the parts of the cloud that are, like, the most crisp, I like to take a light version of a color that's nearby and just kind of gently outline that. Just to kind of emphasize it. And you can see, maybe, I'm not sure how easy that is to see, but you can see how just like doing a few touches of that can really actually crisp up this kind of painty image. It's kind of one of my things that I do. Just to kind of like emphasize those edges a bit and help the viewer's eye have somewhere to land, basically. So I'm seeing like kind of there's like a dark edge right here. So for example, I could brush that in. I didn't really paint it very well, but I'm seeing like a little bit of an emphasized part right there. So I'll take a little bit of a shadow, and I'll take a little bit of this yellowish orange, and just kind of like gently outline and emphasize that edge. And it's just gonna kind of like give it a little more volume. You know, I might even do a little like cloud wisps or something. So hopefully that makes sense what I'm saying. But yeah, it's just something that I like to do. Again, there's no rules. Do whatever you need to do. But it can help the overall look, and it makes it look a little more formed, even though it's pretty painty. So yeah, right, Professor Oaks? We just met Chris Wright the other day here on. I was kind of lurking around on Twitch art, and I saw somebody with a very low view count, and I was like, well, that's weird. This art's amazing. And so I went in there. He's just started streaming on Twitch, so if anybody wants to go check out Chris Wright. We want to keep him around. I'm here for more awesome artists here on Twitch. So does really cool character design. Fun guy to hang out with too. So all right, let's move on to this one. Yeah, no, I'm glad I can pass it along. That's how it was for me when I got on here. So I just just paying it forward. People have been really kind to me here. Really generous, really helpful. So I couldn't believe when I first got on Twitch, I was like, there's all these like huge artists with like thousands and thousands of followers who are just like offering to like DM me with tips and like say, hey, are you struggling with this in Twitch? Here, I'd like to help, or here, everybody go follow this person. And I was like, I'd just gotten here. So anyway, I'm happy to pass that along. It's definitely a big part of why I like Art Twitch so much. It's just a really supportive community of people, Trying to make a quick time lapse of the stream from last night to post. Oh, nice. I know, getting active on socials is tough. There's actually a way, Chris, and I'm not a pro at this, but if somebody knows how, I think there's like a button, like when your VOD is posted on Twitch, there's like a button you can press to have it automatically post that VOD to YouTube, just like as is. Which is why it's important to make sure you don't have any copyrighted music. So like make sure there's no copyright dings on your VOD first. I have mine set up to where this track that plays when I'm live, that's all the copyrighted stuff, and then there's a separate track that's totally copyright free, and that's what actually uploads to my recordings and my VODs. So it's like, not undingable, I guess, at least until they change that. But for now, that's how I get around it. But yeah, you can do that, and then there's another way. Somebody posted it in my Discord. There's like a stream tips section, and there's like a way where you can actually have it like, it'll auto format your clips to a vertical, or like your stream, like you can clip part of your stream and have it convert to like something that's basically ready to upload for like YouTube Shorts or TikTok or whatever platform, Reels, if you're deciding to use Reels on Instagram, I don't know. Anyway, check that stuff out. I need to look into it though. I haven't had the time. Now this shape in this cloud is awesome. I think we can all agree. This is a great shape. And I really love the anvil. This is like your classic anvil cloud, right? Yeah, I know. That's actually, when they first got really strict back in 2018 or 19 about the music, and I didn't know how to get around that on Twitch. It's actually part of why I stopped streaming. It wasn't just that I was intimidated, it's just that I can't sit here for 4 hours. Oh, thank you, Ken Murad. I appreciate that follow. Thank you so much. Welcome on in. Scary Boom Cloud, Talia. Good to see you. I can't remember if I graded you already, but welcome on in. But yeah, not being able to listen to music while I work is was kind of a problem. I can't sit here for hours and just listen to copyright-free like lo-fi sounds. So anyway, having that option is really helpful for me. It keeps me productive, and I'm happy to pass it on. How are you doing today, Talia? Thanks for coming on in. How was your evening? It's good to see you. We are just doing some cloud studies today. I wanted to get to some cirrus clouds too, some like high, wispy, icy clouds. I have a lot more practice doing these like billowy, sort of like round-shaped clouds, but the wispy ones are something I don't paint a lot of. Every once in a while I'll do those high ice clouds that like make streaks, because I think that's a really dramatic cloud to throw into an illustration, but I'm looking forward to working on some that I haven't studied a whole lot, so we'll get to those next. But right now I'm just trying to find colors, so for anyone who just got in here, we're just looking for shape and color. We're not worried about accuracy exactly, as far as like an exact copy. We're trying to go quick and loose and look for form, shape. We're kind of taking visual notes in our heads to pull back into further illustrations in the future. So for me, that is the purpose of a study. It is not, it's more about learning how, like what techniques you want to use to implement what you're seeing, and then trying to like ask yourself questions about why you're seeing what you're seeing so that you can bring that in later. So like what I'm seeing is an anvil cloud, right? So it's got this like, it's been built up from the bottom, so it's got like that big like tree broccoli shape almost at the bottom. And then it hits that upper atmosphere and it just spreads. So if you don't know, that's how anvil clouds work. Probably most of you know that. But that's what we're seeing here. That's why the top of it is kind of like, you see like a little bit of the bubbles, like the wave edges, but then you see these like wispy kind of spreading bits. It's kind of like it's hit that upper atmosphere and now it's just going to kind of accumulate against that invisible wall, right? And you can see a lot of like misty sort of like, some of it could be that it's kind of a blurry photo, but you can kind of see some of these misty sort of rainy looking things happening too. Anyway, just ask yourself questions, have fun, maybe find a more clear reference than this, since I didn't pick the clearest of references here. Yeah. Broccoli, yeah. Having an anxious day, oh no, I'm sorry. Oh, you know what I just realized? I think I left the rest of my tea back at the studio. I'm also having kind of a scattered day. I had to restart the stream. Stream crashed, and it wasn't anything I did this time. It's because they decided to work on our internet at the studio without telling anybody. And so it knocked out internet. And I had to run back home and restart the stream, so we got off to like a 40-minute late start. So thanks again to anybody who stuck around after that, and sorry to anybody who got left behind if you were lurking. I appreciate you being here for the first part of the stream. Yeah, I know, it's kind of annoying. I don't think it was Twitch's fault this time either. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That cumula has to be over. Yeah, it looks really far. It's a massive cloud for sure. Satellite. There are smooth brains on TikTok showing these clouds forming and thinking they are big government weathermen. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on how many conspiracy theories and theorists there are on TikTok. Just so much misinformation. That's actually most of why I don't want to be on there. And also just, well, there's a lot of reasons not to be on TikTok, but personally I'm not. If you are, that's fine. I'm also not totally convinced it's like a good platform for artists necessarily. At least not visual artists. I could be wrong. There's probably a market for like tutorial videos or something. I just don't have time or interest. And there's a lot of people I don't super want to interact with, and a lot of thinking I don't want to super interact with on TikTok. And it's, I don't know, probably some privacy issues there, but I don't really want to get into all that. There's privacy issues everywhere at this point, especially with all the AI stuff that I also don't want to get into right now, but you know, I am working on a post slowly. I'll have something up hopefully this week, hopefully today. Kind of like promoting my Kara, promoting Twitch, because those are kind of the two platforms I think I'm going to lean into for the time being. Kind of explaining to my other followings why I'm not posting as much and why you've only really seen like stream announcements from me for the most part. I don't know. I might keep posting like studies on Instagram, because that's not really like, these aren't my images anyway, and it's like so rough. I don't think it would actually help. I think they'd actually maybe hurt the algorithm. I don't know, but anyway. Quick divert. Pick a dinosaur that you can take in a fight. Ooh, meeting-a-thon. Oh no! Quick, my dinosaur. My Phytosaurus is gonna be Acrocanthosaurus. That's the one I want. It's got that big back ridge, so like it can take some bites. Acrocanthosaurus. That's mine. Okay, enjoy your meeting. And thank you for the diversion. I need to get off that the AI topic. I can get a little ranty about that. I mean, we all can, right? I'm definitely not alone in that. But we want to keep this a positive and not uncomfortable place to be. So enjoy your meeting. Hey, thanks for being here, Professor. Professor Oaks himself, guys. Not the tea, I know, and it's got so much caffeine in it. I just have to resist the temptation to drink it when I get back because it is tasty. But I will be up all night if I do that. Oh, I thought you meant to take into a fight. To like help you. Oh, I'm not gonna fight an Acrocanthosaurus. Oh, no. I thought you meant, oh shoot, I made the wrong answer. Guys, I made a grave error. Grave error. I will die. Acrocanthosaurus, for those who don't know, is a terrifyingly large carnivorous dinosaur. No. The one I could take in a fight, I'm gonna go with like a compy. Yeah, I could kick a chicken. I got this. I mean, I don't want to kick a chicken. Shoot, I misunderstood the question. I wanted to take it into a fight, to fight on my behalf. I was thinking Pokemon, you know, Professor Oaks, like dinosaur pokes. Because, you know, you're the Pokemon creature design guy right now. I don't know. Anyway, enjoy your meeting. Just want to clarify, I do not think I'm tough enough, or big enough, or anything enough to take on an Acrocanthosaurus. It's like a creature larger than an elephant with massive teeth. There's no way. Visiting Colorado Springs for a week was really cool. Oh, you were down in the Springs? Nice. I live a few hours north of the Springs. Oh, sorry about this creaky chair. I have WD-40'd it so many times and it does not seem to be helping. Sometimes in my tears I drown. Never let it get down. Yeah, I'm gonna go with like a tiny dinosaur. Oh, you know what? A jackapil. I don't wanna hurt the tiny dinosaurs though. But there's so many cool little ones. It was beautiful. 5-ish years or so ago. Nice. I grew up in Texas. So I grew up in North Texas. It's kind of in the Great Plains. Kind of that, not high desert, but definitely like a dry Great Plains area. And holy cow. So Texas is flat up there. Like heckin' flat in North Texas. There's a saying in Amarillo, which is up in the Panhandle, much further north than where I grew up. But there's a saying, it's like, you know, welcome to the Panhandle, where you can look further and see less than anywhere else on the planet. And it's true. There's literally no elevation, and there's hardly any trees, and there's just nothing out there. It's just flat nothing. Kind of looks like an alien planet. But the clouds, when you get that much view, like, I mean, it's like total view of the sky. No unobstructed view of the sky. Super big sky country. And the clouds and the Great Plains thunderstorms that would roll through there, I mean, you can see for easily like 30 miles probably in any direction. Like, it's just so big. And so the amount of skyscapes that you can see from just about anywhere is like, I miss that. I do miss that. I just miss those big thunderstorms too that would like roll through. And even down in like where I was at in DFW, it's not as flat, but it's still pretty darn flat. I mean, we're talking like a degree more elevation than the Panhandle. Maybe a hill every once in a while, like a very small hill. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I did turn up the volume slightly because one of those songs was really quiet, but I forgot to keep an eye on the other ones. Let me turn it down. Is that better? Sorry about that, Talia. I'm over here rambling and you can't even hear me, which is probably fine. Anyway. Still drawing clouds, but all I was really saying was how much I miss Great Plains thunderstorms and those big thunderheads that you'd see rolling through the plains. But there is something really dramatic about seeing things like this on a mountainside, right? You like listening to my ramble? That's good. That makes one of us, anyway. Although I guess some people have said that they like the rambles too, so I guess you're not alone. But anyway. Actually, somebody came in and said that they look for streams that have people who are chatty, so they can have somebody on in the background while they're working by themselves. Which I guess is like an honor if you're gonna pick anybody to listen to. The fact that you would pick me is I'm honored to keep you company. but I also am not offended if you gotta mute me, because I know I do get chatty. Okay, I'm gonna work on these, like, I know so much of this is probably like low camera quality. Some of this, like, I'm seeing like these really nice reds down in here that I want to pull in. And obviously a lot of smog and pollution. This is clearly over a city. So also think about setting, right, when you're doing your cloud paintings. And I'm saying this for my benefit as well, so that I remember. But yeah, like the amount of like haze or pollution or smog or something, dust, you know, dust storms often look very reddish, and that's because of the amount of particulates in the atmosphere kind of creating, you know, the sunlight is kind of hitting them and creating this color. So anyway, yeah, just think about things like that. I need to think about things like that. I'm no Superman. Hopefully, just let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet, and I'll adjust as needed. I need to look into that thing Rock Paper Water was talking about that has like an automatic equalizer, so it like levels out your music volumes for your different tracks so that they all play at the same, I guess, decibel. I don't know how it all works, but I need to look into it. Seems handy. Won't take you very far. It has some motion, right? Of right to left, and it doesn't look like there's much rotation. Yeah, it does look like it's moving. Yeah, it's a great observation. I mean, I always kind of think of how they build up from below and just kind of bubble up to the surface and then spread. Like that's kind of what I envision when I look at things like this. But yeah, it probably is drifting slightly. Sometimes you can tell from like the direction of the, it's like the direction right here in this. I see what you're saying now. Like this could be a hint. Kind of how that stuff's kind of swooping that way. It's kind of hard to see, but it looks like there might be some rain underneath doing the same thing. So at the very least, there's some wind. But yeah. I'm gonna experiment with some little other brushes here for a second. Love is all we need, just take a hold, and that breaks the fall. Ooh, stomach is rumbling. That's the other sad thing, you guys. I like cleaned out my fridge to take all my like dregs of food I could find to the studio. Ran out of there so fast that I left it all there because I was trying hard to get the stream back going. Trying to get home, trying to stream, just want to stream. Oh, my day is so crazy. Oh well. I guess there's worse things that could have happened. It's a funny bumbling day anyway. Alright, so this one will be fun to do that little trick I was talking about to kind of help clarify things. So you can take, like I said, those crisp edges. At least this is what I like to do. Again, guys, I am not the authority on how to draw a cloud. This is just how I approach it. Over the years, these are the techniques I have used, but that does not mean that there aren't better ones out there. Why are we drawing nukes? We're not drawing nukes. This is called an anvil cloud, Kev. Also, welcome in. This one, see? This is not a nuke. We're just doing some cloud studies today. Join us. Love to have you. I'm still waiting for the day, Kev, that you actually draw from reference. I'd love to see it. Well, when you draw from reference is the day I'll give you an actual critique on your submission. How's that sound? Boom clouds. Oh, is that what you meant? That's funny. Yeah, it is kind of like I guess it is a little bit like it does look almost like a mushroom cloud. It's not quite mushroom cloudy, but I can see the similarities. You always draw from reference. I'm talking about physical in front of you reference. Remember, guys, if you're new to looking at reference while you draw, the whole point is to look at either the object in person or the picture. Try to look at that. Challenge yourself maybe to look at what you're drawing from more than where you're actually drawing. Like, I'm not saying keep your eyes totally into a blind drawing. That's not what I'm saying. Don't mishear that. But it's a good practice to get you in the habit of actually observing. It's really easy when you're working, like I'm doing it. I can see myself doing it too as I'm sitting here. It's really easy to get focused in and honed in on what you're working on and stop looking at the reference. So just kind of do some quick checks as you're working to kind of double check the color, double check the shape, double check the proportions, whatever it is that you're doing. It's a good idea, because then you're going to realize, oh, like for example, I totally didn't draw like this whole detail here. Or like I made that too wide, or I didn't put that in the right place, or I forgot to finish this area. There's just things you're going to notice, color shifts you're going to notice, and if you're only working on what's in front of you, you're going to get really caught up in kind of fiddling with the details of what you see, and you'll start kind of falling back into that schema that we were talking about, kind of the drawing what you think you see or what you think the cloud or the object looks like rather than what it actually looks like. And the more we can draw what it actually looks like, the more we're going to build up that visual library. So it's kind of our hope and our goal here. The anvil of the top of the cumulus always spreads in the direction of travel. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. That's really interesting, Elodin. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, if anyone has any cloud facts for us, I would love to hear some cloud facts. The prevailing winds pushing the storm push the top along. So with more anvil to the left, it has to have right to left motion. That's really good to know. I didn't know that. There we go. And you can remember that. That kind of information is really helpful to have to help you figure out what you're looking at in a reference photo. Thank you so much for sharing. That's awesome. We were at the library, so I don't need to do that. Oh my gosh. Whatever you say, Kev, whatever you say. Well, I hope you're having a good day at the library, regardless. And I hope you were able to get that handyman stuff done yesterday or whatever happened that made you have to call off. Hope that all got sorted. I know that kind of stuff's a little frustrating sometimes. I sure know what it's like to have to work around maintenance. Know that intimately right now. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the overall details here, so oops, I guess I stopped. There's like this weird greenish haze down below. Very smoggy looking. Ugh, gross. Kind of makes me feel dirty a little bit. It's just got to be like smoke and stuff from the city. Boy, city smoke is gross, guys. I wish I could get further away from cities, but they're so darn convenient. They have all the things I need, like hospitals and airports, grocery stores. I don't know about you guys. I kind of like the idea of living a little bit more, I wouldn't say off-grid totally, but like just a little more remotely and kind of have my own space in nature. Like that sounds awesome to me. Very much like a long-term life goal. But like, I don't want to be more than like an hour from a hospital. You know, like I want to be able to get somewhere if I need to in an emergency. Or get somebody, like if someone's visiting me and there's an emergency, I want to be able to like make sure that help is close by. And you really can't do that super remotely. Oh no. Plus libraries are nice. Speaking of libraries, Kev. Oh, Emil Bind, thank you so much for that follow. I super appreciate that. Welcome on in. We are just doing some warm-up studies today. Looking at some clouds. Happy to have you. We're about to get into the community share part of the stream. So if anyone is drawing along and you kind of wanted to be a part of that, no pressure, of course, but if anyone wanted to, you are more than welcome to share what you've been working on, whether it's a cloud study or a study of a tree or a study of a house or a person. As long as it's work safe, I would love to see it. I'd love to share it on stream, kind of help get, you know, you can help inspire others with your work, even if you don't think it's very good. Just the idea of, you know, it's like I was saying earlier, it's kind of like having an artistic workout buddy, right? You can inspire and encourage others to grow just by being there to support and work alongside them. But you'll also be surprised probably how much you grow. So we'd love to have anybody who wants to. People of all skill levels are welcome. Whether you're trying to be a pro artist or you just draw for fun, or if you are a pro. Happy to see what you're working on. Oh, there's an ad. Hold on, I'll wait to respond to chat so that you can hear me. Sorry, Kev. Sorry, Kev. And thanks to me. Sorry, ads. I'll just say it. I need to stop trying to talk to people who are in ads. Thanks for hanging through. There we go. do appreciate it. If you manage to not get an ad, enjoy that. But if you ever do get an ad and you watch it, it does help. I know we all hate ads, but they do assist. Although, I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but like Twitch ads lately, it's like even if I have the volume down to 2%, they're like way loud. It's like they know that we're doing this. So feel free to mute the tab if you need to. I don't mind, I won't be offended. As long as you don't mute the stream, I think it still supports me with ad revenue either way. And we're back. Okay. Sorry about that, Kev. Thanks for sticking it out. Okay, I think I'm about done with this one. Let me add those little touches that I like to add. And I will move on to maybe one more. If anybody is working, since we had kind of a delayed start, I'll give you guys a few extra minutes. I'm going to do one more study. I am going to do some of those like cirrus clouds. We'll see how that goes. I'm not very practiced at them. But if anybody, all that to say, if anybody is still trying to finish up their image, you got about 15 minutes before we do the group community share part of the stream. So yeah, I'll be doing that around noon Mountain Time, probably. I didn't send the ads. No, I just have an apology problem, Kev. Yeah. I'm working. I believe it or not, guys, I know you probably don't believe me. I'm way better than I used to be about the apology thing. I mean, it was like every other word I would say was an apology. It's bad. So, yeah, I've gotten better. I'm growing as a person, but I am working on it still, so I should say instead of I'm sorry, I'll say thank you for putting up with me. I didn't send the ads. Don't become a conspiracy theorist, Kev. Not you. I appreciate you too much. Okay, there we go. I think I'm gonna call this one so that I can move on. Fix that little weird edge though. What is this? What happened here? Oh, that's the brush I was using. It's doing weird stuff. Okay, cool scientific cloud facts. All right, let's see. Let's see, Kev. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about your facts sometimes. We'll see how scientific they are. Give me one sec. Okay, that's fine. Fun fact number 1. Within giant clouds, there is a castle in the sky. Great movie. Clouds are the natural enemy of planes. Currently in a multi-generational feud since the loss of the Great Cloud King. Kev, I feel like this would make a great book. All clouds... No, that's not true. Mammatus clouds do, for sure. Hey, you love my chat sometimes? Well, that's good. That's what someone said the clouds would say. As long as she didn't give me my ad, I don't. Squirrel! Yeah, I'm ready. Nobody can squirrel me right now. I'm prepared. Let's see. I'm proud. Oh, you're right. I'm also proud of my dinosaur poster. I totally forgot about that, Sea of Atlas. Wow. Well, my bet was wrong. I thought it was going to last maybe 20 minutes. I'm shocked that it's still up right now. Okay, let's see what we got here. Ooh, there's so much good study stuff in the Discord right now. I'm excited to show these to you guys. Okay, let me find one more reference picture. Learning so much in the stream about both illustration and cloud life, right? Cloud life. The cloud life facts are peak for sure. Let me see if I can find one more good cloud reference. I might make a whole section for types of clouds. See, these are the clouds I really don't draw very much. I forget what these are like the cirrus clouds. Ooh, I really like this one. But I feel like this one would be more helpful because I don't think I've ever really tried to paint clouds like this. Okay, I'm gonna copy both of these and drop them in Discord in case somebody's feeling ambitious. There's some cirrus clouds. And then I guess I should probably do this one. I wonder how I would... Really the trick is finding a brush that can do these kinds of textures. I bet there is one. I just don't know them in Krita very well. All right, let's do this one. I don't think I've ever painted clouds like these. Because I was just like, that looks hard. I'm going to avoid that. Why can't I move this? What's happening? Greta, why aren't you letting me move this? It's like I have to call it out for it to actually let me do the thing. So here's a cool one. I'll do that one. I thought about doing this one too, but I don't know. I feel like I've drawn clouds like these before. This feels like a thing I've painted. It'd be cool to look at for reference though while I work. So the thing about these high clouds is like the reason that they're like this, yeah, the wispy cirrus clouds. This is a toughie for me. They're very delicate, and I like big blocky shapes when I'm painting. So I'll have to find a good streaky brush. In fact, maybe this one would work. Let me try this one really fast. Wait, hold on. Why isn't letting me brush now? Come on, paint. There we go. So this one might be okay. It's got like some similar, yeah, that one's pretty good. A nice streaky brush will help with that a little bit. I bet there's another good one in here somewhere. Hold on. Ooh, this one's blendy. Ooh, I like that one. So part of this is also me trying to learn how to use new programs too. Okay, so I have some brushes here that could work for that. And yeah, I'm just gonna study like how the wind is kind of pushing. It looks like there's like a push and then a small plume at the end, which is really interesting. So it's a very windy looking cloud. So this would be a good cloud I could, you know, I could bring into an illustration to show some kind of like action or drama. You should check Clouds by Loish. I agree, Loish is awesome. Is it Loish or Loish? I think it might be Loish. Art of Sane, welcome on in. Are you an artist as well, I take it, by your handle? I'd love to see if you have any work safe art you want to share. I'm always interested to see what people are doing. Yeah, Loish is great. I love her environmental paintings. Very inspirational. One of these days, probably not on stream just because I feel weird doing an artist study on stream. One of these days I'm probably going to do some studies of artists whose styles that I admire. You believe those clouds are the easiest to paint. These ones right here? Maxfield Parrish has some beautiful clouds too. Oh really? I don't know if I know that person. Is that an artist as well, I presume? Thank you for the recommendation. Let me look that up. There's so many, honestly, so many visual development and concept art people that do amazing. Oh, I do know this work. Yeah, they do like amazing stuff. This is a classical artist. Of course, this reminds me of like a, oh shoot, what's the guy's name who did all the paintings, like all the Rockies? He did Bierstadt. What's his name? Singer. John Singer Sargent. That's another one that I need to study. Interesting. Always looking for good artistic inspiration. This style is super iconic. Oh, you know what's funny? He does kind of the same thing for clouds that I do. Where did that image go? I just lost it. Nope, 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 nope. That's not it. Open image, new tab. So here's a Maxfield Parrish cloud. See how he's got that little line around the edge? So obviously, I mean, you know, these techniques can work at traditional as well. Probably takes a little longer, but very fantastical. Yes, Miss Caprical. And also welcome in, Miss Caprical. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, those are Bickman. Oh, that was a sneaky one. I almost missed it. You guys, did you hear what Bickman said? Those are seriously cool clouds. Ooh, I agree. Oh, it's so bad it's good. Oh my gosh. Love it, Bickman. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in. Fun cloud fact number 4. You can actually bounce on clouds like a train. Can you really, Kev? I'd love to know how you tried that. If it didn't work, then you weren't worthy. That's a very Son Goku Nimbus way of doing this. The whole merit-based flying thing. That's funny. Alright, I'm just going to use this brush and blend it in really fast. Oops, don't have time to find these colors. This is that same fade I was talking about, how like when you're looking at a distant view of clouds, you're going to see that the sky in the background goes from light to dark at the top, right? So light at the bottom, dark at the top. Tends to be how it is in full sun. Goten has it these days. Yeah, I forget who. I don't know. It's just a toy at this point, right? Like, they can all fly. Like, even according to that movie we watched, even like little baby Pan can fly. Maybe Goten gave it to Pan. It's kind of like your hair. It's like your training wheels for flight. It's like, here, get used to being up high. Check out The Giant Fairy by NC Wyeth. Yeah, NC Wyeth is great. There's so many people doing Wyeth studies right now. I feel like I've heard so much talk. Wyeth and Leyendecker. I've heard so much talk about them these days. All right, quick studies here. Let's do these wispy lines. They're incredibly sketchy. Ooh, that might be too rough, actually. Hey, Okami played. Kev, why did you dedicate that to memory? Oh my gosh. Hey, Art by Might! Hello, hello. Sorry that I missed you. Welcome on in. How are you doing? We're just doing I'm finishing up some cloud studies here if you want to see what I've been working on. We had kind of a weird start to the stream, so I'm running a bit behind. But we are going to do the community share part here in a little bit. I'm just looking at some cirrus clouds. I really like this dynamic angle right here, but I'm probably not going to study this one. I just kind of look at it. Just to kind of help me think about these cloud types. But anyway, we're doing some cloud studies today. I will check out that image. Thank you. The Giant Fairy Art by NC Wyeth. Yeah, it sounds awesome. If you don't like my cloud facts, then why aren't you giving anything to the potluck? I participate to the potluck all the time. You don't even know. You don't even know. I am a constant potluck contributor. Have I told you guys that I host but I help organize a monthly potluck at my day job? I'm all about them potlucks. Don't you even worry. So this brush is interesting. I'm not sure how to use it yet, so just give me, I'm trying to play with it a little. Oh, interesting. It does like this cool smudge thing at the back end. Huh. Best friends coffee, couldn't leave the windows down in December. I did, yeah, it's been about an hour probably for it just did 3 of them. They're pretty small. I started another one at my studio, so I did 3 and a 15th maybe of a painting. I think I had just gotten started when the stream died. The power went out at my studio. Not power, the internet, sorry. The internet decided to like randomly do an unscheduled maintenance on the internet on the street that my studio's on. So I had to like quickly run home. Yeah, I feel like the trick to these is definitely finding a good brush. I am gonna try, just for fun, and paint in some of these with like an actual brush, but just to get these big wisps down, I think it's pretty helpful. And also this brush in Krita is really interesting. It's one of the default brushes, but it, yeah. It does like this weird blending thing. I don't know if anyone uses Krita, but it's this brush right here. Wet Bristles Rough is the one that I'm using. Maybe I'll make a duplicate of this and like play around with it. I bet I could get this to do some fun things. Interesting, interesting. I like it a lot. It's a good one. What is my day job again? I try not to talk too much specifics about my day job. It's a little bit public facing, and so it would be, this is the internet, and I'm not particularly interested in having stalkers. Not that I think anybody in chat would do that, but you never know who's watching, right? So I prefer not to talk too specifically. But yeah, it's just a public facing. I do a lot of it's like a mixture of education and customer service, and yeah, that's about as much as I want to go into, I think. Unfortunately, it's very specific, and it'd be too easy to find me if I was more specific than that, so. But anyway, there's only like I think maybe 1 or 2 people on the internet that actually know what I do, and I trust them to keep that to themselves. If you are somebody who knows me in real life, obviously please make sure that you don't mention my day job here on stream. That would definitely earn you an auto ban, unfortunately. But I don't think anybody in my life, I try not to keep untrustworthy people in my life. Hopefully one day I won't need a day job. That's kind of the long-term goal, right? But for now, it is a great job. The pay is okay, but it's not. I'm mostly there for the health insurance. That's the important bit. I used to freelance. I used to be totally freelance when I first came out to Colorado, and I do okay. You know, I can get commissions and stuff, but like, it's just paying for the health insurance that really keeps me from being able to do this full time. So if I didn't have that, because I mean, I think my day job pays like $700 a month or something, like almost my paycheck, just to give me health insurance, and it's really good health insurance. So yeah, the fact that I can do that and have like as a part-time job, have that good of health insurance, it's a pretty good gig. So I'd have to start doing pretty well probably to be able to justify not having that job. We'll see. We'll see. I am back. Yeah, welcome on back in, Siren. Yeah, sorry about that hiccup earlier. We're actually kind of getting toward the end of the stream now. I'm going to start looking at submissions from the community here. I'm an actor? No. You know, but if you want that to be your Casey lore, I guess, go for it. Definitely not an actor. The acting scene here in Colorado isn't exactly booming. Although I don't know, there's a lot of Californians here now, so maybe it'll start to be. Maybe you'll see me one day on the big screen, Kev. Oh, stretch break. I missed my stretch break. Hold on. Ouch. Ooh. I feel like you can nail wave and water studies. Oh, thank you. You've had issues already? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. We did water and wood, actually. I can show you that. Oh, no, I can't. It's on my... This is the other downside, though, of having two locations you work from. My water studies are all back at the studio, but there's no internet at the studio, so I can't show you. I'm on your big screen. Oh, my. Oh, my. That's a little intimidating, actually. I better get off camera. The idea of being on a big screen is a little scary to me. We're going to do a quick carpal tunnel stretch, guys. I probably missed one of these earlier at the studio, but if you ever see a stretch alert and you want to take advantage of that, I think my timer goes off every 30 or 40 minutes. It's supposed to be at least roughly once an hour. But this is just to, you know, keep those wrist ligaments and muscle loose. If you spend a lot of time typing or gaming or on your phone or drawing, you're probably kind of at risk for carpal tunnel. So if you'd like to take the opportunity to stretch with me, you can. Those are the stretches I do. This is Rev the motorcycle, guys. Do some rotations. You can also do prayer pose, like put your palms together and keep them together and go down toward your gut if you can. That's another good stretch. All right, anyway, ouch. Just ran right into the desk. Okay. Hopefully my mic's not picking up too much on this audio. That is the downside also of streaming from home, is I tend to get more copyright dings when I'm here because my webcam mic is a lot less focused in than the one I just got for the studio. I really like, one thing I'm noticing about these clouds is it's almost like these little wisps, right? It's like they kind of start light and they end up in these like little tiny, are these the ones they call mare's tails? Does anyone else know what that term is with clouds? I forget. I feel like I used to know a lot more about clouds. Wait, Kev, are you at work or are you at home? You said you have a big screen in the library? That's a cool library. Go lurk and make your 2 p.m. breakfast. Oh no, Arp, I might. Okay, enjoy your 2 p.m. breakfast. I might be right there behind you. I left all my food at the studio and I had 2 eggs this morning, so I guess it was kind of breakfast, but I am getting hungry again. About to have to go scrounge. I have to go to the grocery store. Since I'm home again, may as well run an errand, but hopefully let me see if they've texted me yet, if the internet's back on. No text, so I'm guessing that means the internet is still off. Shoot, I'm glad I came back. I was a little unsure if I should just stick it out at the studio, but yeah, sounds like the internet is still off over there. Darn it. Oh, that's so frustrating. So many things I gotta do. Just see what I can get done from here today. I'm gonna use this scratchier brush, just kind of scratch in really quick because this is taking a little bit longer than I want. Just kind of like where I'm seeing some of these wisps, it's gonna kind of map it out for me a little bit, and then I'll go back in with that blendy one and kind of blend them away. And that's kind of the point of this, right? Is to find techniques with the tools you have available, whether it's traditional or digital, and just kind of find a way to get that texture across, get that technique down that you want to use if you ever do decide to implement any of this stuff into an illustration. But again, if you're just tuning in, we are going to do the community share in just a few minutes. I'm trying to speed it up a little bit so I can get to that part, because I really like that part. I still love you. So this is a nice brush. I don't know if you guys can see the blending that it's doing, but it's a really nice, quick blender for this kind of thing, actually. I really like it. Very cool. Definitely gonna have to remember this. You guys, Krita is quickly becoming one of my favorite drawing programs. You'll be happy to hear that, Amaze, I'm sure. You can feel free to spam as many I told you so's in the chat as you would like, whatever makes you happy. But I'm really enjoying it. If anyone is out there just starting out digitally and you're not sure where to start with a program, Krita is a free program. Actually really powerful, honestly. Really good brush engine. It is growing on. I mean, look, I did these textures pretty quickly, honestly. And I'm not sure how, I'm still struggling with Clip Studio's brush engine a bit. It's not bad. It's got its own positives and things that are like good about it, but I really struggle to find. Oh, thanks for dropping that link, Amaze. Yeah, if anyone's looking for a good free art program, check out Krita. It's got really good paint, but also really good like ink and other tools for just like, you know, drawing and painting basically. Yeah, and if I do find those Krita brushes that I downloaded, I will share those in the Discord in the Talk Shop section. If anyone ever finds resources or anything like that, feel free to drop them in there. Alrighty, wrapping up here. Gonna go ahead and peek into the Discord once I get a few more of these details in. I keep noticing little details in here. This is, like I said, definitely not a cloud type that I typically include, but I think I'm glad I got to experiment a little bit. I don't know that it was super successful. There's definitely some weak areas here, but I bet I could go back in with a fine brush and kind of tighten up some of those wisps. So I'm gonna go back to, sorry, I'm like processing out loud what I want to do. I'm gonna go back to, yeah, doing the wispy bits, because that's really fun. This brush in particular. Love finding a good brush. Good to know. There's also some little like bluish, like bright blue highlights I'm seeing in these clouds. That's something to note, that even though they're very thin, they can still reflect a little bit of light, and so I can like bounce in some of that color. It could be some color correction too from like the post-editing, like the editing process in post, but wait, what's happening here? Why is it? There it goes. That could also be something I could add in an overlay though. And then I'll brush these big guys in down at the bottom. Oh my gosh, Maya! Oh my god, wow! Thank you so much for that raid. I'm honored to have you. You guys, go give Maya a follow. Thank you for popping in. Wow, That's a big raid. I appreciate that. Welcome in, raiders. How was the stream? What did you guys get up to? Let me see if I can beat Amaze. Oh no, Amaze got to it. Thank you, Amaze. Appreciate you. We are doing some cloud studies today, guys. So I do warm-up studies Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're actually just about to get into the group sharing part, like the community share. So people who like study along with me are welcome to join in and share in my Discord or in the chat if you don't like Discord. I like to show on screen the warm-up studies people do. So let's see, we did some emotes and then played a game. Nice, nice. What game? And if you have any links you want to share, like an Instagram or website or an image, or if you have to raid and run, that's fine. But thank you so much for choosing me as a raid target. I appreciate that. For anyone who hasn't been here before, sorry, I'm a little tired and frazzled. I had a weird day. Had to restart the stream, so I'm kind of running behind today. But we do warm-up studies, like I said, from reference. Here's another one I can show you if you'd like to see. And then in the afternoons, I actually will be back on later today to do. I'm actually gonna be, I think, probably working on my own emotes today. So if you like watching emotes getting made. Yesterday we did fire and stone, so this was our study from yesterday. Kind of look at different types of fire, different types of stone. I'm trying to beef up my illustration portfolio. I'm trying to get into book illustration primarily. Maybe some graphic novels. I haven't really decided yet, but maybe book covers. Anyway, all that stuff requires, requires a study of environments and being able to draw things like that. So if anyone wants to see my socials, there they are. But here's my Instagram. I'll just kind of scroll through quickly. This is kind of the typical work you can expect here. If you do hang out with me, I'm usually doing some kind of like, full page illustration tends to be what I do. I do have a webcomic too that I'm working on. But yeah, this is why I usually do a lot of creatures. I'm a critter person. I kind of got my start in digital art with creature design. But lately I've been trying to branch out and do like more human stuff. So I'm trying to do more things like this and kind of build up my portfolio. So, Kui off, welcome on in, welcome on in. Thank you so much for joining. And Rosav, thank you for being here. I appreciate you as well. Hope you guys are having a great day. Yeah, sorry for the stream being a bit cloudy today. It is a bit of a cloudy stream, yeah. I do stickers. Let's see, what else do I do? Here's another one that I did recently on stream. This is kind of what you can expect from me. We also do a series that I have a lot of fun with called Sea Slug Dragons, where we look at sea slugs. I kind of nerd out about sea slugs a little bit, and then we'll draw some and design some. Here is one that I did a while ago. Sorry for those of you who've seen this a million times. But yeah, we look at a sea slug and we kind of, I don't know, just get inspiration from what we see. Here's another one. These are so old. I need to get some new ones saved. It's on my to-do list. Slowly but surely, I am trying to get better at this whole being ready for stream stuff. Yeah. I love how it comes full circle. It does, yeah. Anyway, so we'll look at these critters and like kind of get inspiration and just pull from them to make fun creature designs. And they can get pretty varied. These are pretty classical dragon looking, but anyway, it's kind of what I do. So, yeah. Let's see. What did I miss in chat here? Thank you, Maze, for dropping the Discord. If anyone wants to join the Discord, Cookie Narwhal, hello, good to see you. How are you doing? I'm doing great. Thanks again, Maya, for that raid. I really appreciate it. But feel like you start for a long time. Oh, Kezrak, oh my gosh, you were gonna make me blush on stream. That is high praise, high praise. I might take the opportunity to also mention that you also are an incredible artist, and I really admired your work a lot when I first got online. You were one of the first artists that I found online, Kezrak. And that was back in my, like, I'm too afraid of the internet to talk to anybody days. I'm trying to get over that right now. Yeah, look up Kezrak online, guys. I don't know if you have any links but anyway, if you want me to share anything, Kez, let me know. But amazing creature designer and concept artist and everything artist, really. Yeah. Anyway, what Kezrak said. Oh, thank you. Casey's a wonderful teacher. I don't know about wonderful, but I did used to be an elementary school art teacher, so sometimes that comes out in my streams. I think that's part of what started breaking me down and getting me less nervous about the internet. Yeah. Wait for you to join me on the Nimbus. Oh my gosh. Been following Casey's art. Oh, yeah, so kind. We'd love for you to join us. Yeah, for sure. No, no, you guys are kind. And thanks again, Maya. Maya, I don't know if you had to read and run, but I'm gonna grab your Insta and just show that off really fast. Lately, I feel like Maya's been doing a lot of emotes and stuff on the interwebs. Shoot, that's not yours. Hold on. Let me click your name here. But yeah, if you guys are looking for another cool artist to follow, Maya has really chill streams. Hanging out on her stream is a lot of good background sounds for me. There we go. I think I found it. Here we are. So here's Maya's Insta, if you guys want to check it out. For anyone who's hanging out with me right now. Very cute art. Lots of emotes, lots of fantasy stuff. Just a nice person to have on in the background and chill too. So, I like the lighting in this one. Very fun. These are great. These are awesome. Anyway, super cute chibis, super cute emotes. You guys should all go give Maya a follow. One of the first artists I actually found here on Twitch, I'm pretty sure, was Maya. Way back in the day when I first started getting on here. Okay, anyway. Let me scroll down. Boop. Okay. Well, anyway, welcome on in, Raiders. That's what we're up to right now. If you'd like to join in, feel free. But of course, as always, no pressure. Let me move all my tabs. I'm very slow. Sorry, guys. Okay, here we go. All right, last call, by the way, for I'm going to finish up this cloud. Oh, and I guess I should show you, we don't always do environment stuff. We also, for warm-ups, we do all kinds of things. Like, here's some fish studies. We usually talk about anatomy first when we're talking about, I need to get that off. When we're talking about critters especially. I am doing some figure drawing stuff too. I'm very rusty on the humans, so I spent a lot of time drawing animals like my whole life. And I'm trying to get better at breaking out of that mold, but we did some dinosaurs too. Somebody was asking about small dinosaurs earlier. This is my favorite new small dinosaur. If you guys haven't heard of Jackapil, you gotta go check out Jackapil. It's like a proto-ankylosaur, like an early bipedal ankylosaur, really interesting. And so we were doing studies of armored dinosaurs last week, and so I chose the Jackapil. I think it's out of Argentina. Anyway, we look at all kinds of things. I always feel weird doing dinosaur studies because a lot of times what you end up doing is studying paleo artists as opposed to, you know, actually learning from the animal itself. But it's kind of hard to get around. Like right here, I'm just drawing from a drawing. I try not to do that very often, but we do look at like the fossils and anatomy of stuff and try to learn how to like turn it into something. So. Anyhow, that's what we do here. I'm gonna finish this one up really fast. Thank you again for that raid, Maya. And if you already had to run, or if you're lurking, I hope you're having a good lurk. Let me double check my, there we go. Okay. Quickly gonna brush in these clouds, brushing these clouds down here. And we will look at what you guys did. So one more time, if anyone, I know I've said it once already, but since we just got a raid, if anyone does want to participate in the warm-up showcase, feel free to drop your images. Go ahead and use tinyurl if you can, but if not, Discord links are fine. And you can also just post on my Discord if you'd like to, and post those warm-up sketches. If you miss this, like if you are watching this later, if you just got here and you're like, oh, that looks like fun, I'd like to participate, I wish I wouldn't have missed it, you can still do it. You can do warm-ups at any time. I'll just show whatever doesn't get shared today. Whatever gets shared in that section of the Discord, I'll just show in the next stream. So we have one like that today, actually. That Atlas did of some mark studies from yesterday. So don't feel bashful. If you are wanting to improve or study or just have some accountability to start your art journey, wherever you're at, would love to encourage you. Oh, the mini meow. That is a cute name. Number one. Number two. Thank you so much for that follow, you guys. I'm so overwhelmed by Twitch, like perpetually these days. Everyone here is so nice. Our Twitch is so nice. If you're an artist out there who's hemming and hawing about maybe streaming, I'd love to encourage you to give it a try. I think you'll be shocked at how supportive everybody is here. It's a breath of fresh air compared to the rest of the social media landscape right now. We'll just leave it at that. Who's the nicest out of all of you? Like of everyone in chat, I can't pick. You guys are all nice. Do you mean like of all the streamers I've met on Twitch? There's so many. Gosh. So many nice art streamers. That's a hard question. Why do you always ask me hard questions, Kev? Don't try to start a fight. Yeah, right, seriously. I'm not going to pick favorites. it's too hard. That's too hard of a question. There's too many nice people. I get the feeling, Kev, that you want me to say you. That's my... For anyone who's not met Kev, this is our resident stream jester here. Always coming in with the jokes. What are you gonna do, Bambi? Are you starting a fight right now, Kev? Don't make me put you on the naughty stoop. I'll do it. You'll be my first stooper. Kev, that's a tough question. Who do you think is the nicest streamer? No, I don't even want to know the answer. I am curious though, seriously, if, and all joking aside, if anyone does know any cool art streamers, I'm still kind of like getting my bearings around Twitch. I'm still relatively new to the art scene. So if there are any cool art streamers you think I should check out, I don't know everybody, and I definitely don't know, like, especially like if there's somebody who hasn't streamed in a while, but might in the future, I would love to see what they're up to. Not sure all of us are nice. No, you're all great. Say, I can't, they tend to be, so I'm going to have to say wait. I don't know what you're saying, London. I think everyone's nice. I think everyone's great, honestly though. But again, in all seriousness, I would really, really love to know more art streamers. Yes, please post some links, or yeah, if you are a Discord person, I'm also collecting names in Discord. We have a channel somewhere. I don't know, Amaze, do you remember where we put that list? We had a list somewhere. Maybe it's in questions. I don't know, but yeah, feel free to post some names in chat for sure. I'd love to know. Oh, or links are fine too. I will say I do I tend to prefer work safe art streams just so that I have more raid targets. Since I used to be an elementary school art teacher and I have people like friends who have kids that watch and draw with me, I do try to keep this like a work safe space. Mostly with like what's on screen. I always try to warn people if we're going into a stream that maybe not be work safe chat, maybe hide the chat, you know. There's only so much I can control. It's the internet, but I do try to point people in the direction of like generally pretty work safe stuff. So, but I also watch plenty of artists of all kinds. So if you know somebody who's cool, does interesting or interesting work that you think I would like, or just think I should check out, please by all means, drop some names. Give me some recs. The nicest streamer is Mr. Beast. Does he stream on Twitch? I know he's on YouTube. I actually don't follow non-art Twitch very closely, I'm not gonna lie. I do follow Sims Art. Sims Art's amazing. We almost rated them the other day. Yeah, you guys should go follow Sims Art. What are you doing here? I think he was on the other day and I was like, ooh, should we raid? Zikawa is a great one. She's one of the ones I also one of the first art streamers that I found on Twitch. Amazing concept artist in the video game industry. You guys should definitely go. There's so many pros here on Twitch. It's kind of incredible. I really like watching her work. Very, very calming. Very good background noise stream to hang out on. Always has some good tunes. Very even spoken chat. It's good. Yeah, these are great recommendations. If anyone in chat's not already following these two streamers, check them out. I've been trying to Mini Meow. I've been trying to like lurk on Cynics. Yep, that's an man. These are good recommendations, guys. Meg Animation, Ben Valor. Let's see. Some of those I know and some I don't. Cynics is great. Holy cow. Cynics streams so late for me, but he does a really cool portfolio feedback streams. So if you ever wanted to get like a, in fact, we might get a shout out for Cynics at least. Yeah, Chris, right. Go follow all of these names. I haven't seen Ben Venelier, I don't think, in the last two that were posted. I don't think I have. I'll have to click. I may have. I might watch the last one. Cynics, I learned so much just lurking on his streams. He talks about industry stuff. He talks about design, like studies, all kinds of things. He's a great streamer to watch. Domo Stanton. Cool, thank you. I will, if I miss these right now, I will definitely come back into the VOD and like look at these names later. Yeah, these are great recs. I might go ahead and, I'm actually going to give Cynics a shout out. I think if you aren't already following Cynics Design, you should be. I mean, really all of these, but yeah.
Great stream. I've been following him. I was actually shocked to find out he was on Twitch because I've been following him since my DeviantArt days as well. He's one of those artists that I very much associate with my online art development for sure. Again, quietly, because I was terrified to interact with anybody online. So I don't know any of these people. Well, actually, Zikawa has rated us a few times. I'm always extremely flattered. And I try to hang out in her streams when I'm able to. But I met her here on Twitch back in 2017 or 18. So again, if you're a new artist and you're just getting started on Twitch, or if you're thinking about it, just get out there and start meeting people. Don't be like me. Don't be afraid. You'll kick yourself for it later. I know I am. Twitch is great. All right, I think I've done enough damage here with this one. I think I need to move on with my day, unfortunately. But this was a surprisingly helpful study for me. So thank you guys for being my accountability partners, and even willingly or unwillingly, you have helped encourage me to do this. So you may not have known it, but I've roped you into being my art gym buddies if you're here. So mwahaha. Kirk Shannon's another good one. Another person that I have followed since my early days of Twitch. He's actually on hiatus right now. It sounds like there might be some personal life stuff going on. So I think he said he was taking like a few weeks off. But definitely worth a follow. And we've rated him, I think, a couple of times. These are great recs. Always here for the art Twitch love. Okay. All right, I'm gonna stop here with this one. I feel pretty good about where we got with this. Again, I'm not worried about total copying line for line of any of these images, although I did forget that one. There we go. I'm mostly worried about like things I can take with me, right? So when we talk about studies, if you're new here and you just got here and you're not sure what it means when I say study, what I mean when I say study is I mean basically we're working on learning how to study and ask questions about the reference rather than directly copy. So I'm not worried about total line for line accuracy here. Like if your goal is like photorealism, that's a skill set to develop for that. But I think learning to study instead of copy is super, super, super helpful for building up your visual library to like kind of bank for later so that you can draw from that when you're doing illustrations and things, or creature design or character design, all kinds of stuff that you can learn. Yeah, so that's our goal today. That was what we were trying to do. So now we're going to go into the community share part of this. So anybody who has been doing warm-up sketches, whether it was of clouds or of, I don't know, people or vases, as long as it's work safe, feel free to drop it in the Discord. I'm about to show that on stream. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything else in chat. I didn't know Cynics was on Twitch. Right, Triple Mused? Seriously, go give him a follow. Yeah, he's a big one. Cynics being on Twitch is a huge resource. Twitch is a great resource for artists. I'm becoming increasingly passionate about encouraging the art community here as much as I can. I'm just a little streamer, but what little help I can be, I would like to be. I'm trying really hard. I've got a few friends I'm like slowly talking into streaming on Twitch. So we got Amazing Fan 15. If anyone wants to follow another brand new art streamer. Oops, hold on, because I know he won't shout himself out, which I get you. The channels I mod for, I wouldn't either. It's kind of weird, but feel free to go support some new artists on Twitch. He does character design stuff, comic work, has a very animation style, so if you're into that, check it out for sure. Okay, oh hey, Cody Shibby! Welcome on in! Hey, it's good to see you. Speaking of artists on Twitch, guys, Cody Shibby is one you should follow too. As soon as this shout-out's done, we'll give you one, Cody. How you doing? It's called a grad. Thank you. I think this might be your first time with us. We do warm-up streams Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. This was yesterday's. We're doing kind of an elemental series this week. So like fire and rock, fire and stone was my theme yesterday. Oh, they definitely leaned into the fire quite a bit. But a lot of times we do like creature studies. So we did like fish the other day. We did dinosaurs. I know I just showed these to the raid, but armored dinosaurs was one of my themes last week. I would show you guys more stuff, but again, I'm not at my studio today because there's no internet there. I found out when I started streaming, and it cut off about 20 minutes in. So I had to run back home and stream from home. But anyway, I'll be back this afternoon. We'll see where from, but hopefully from my studio, but I don't know where my clouds went. Oh, there they are. Okay. Anyway, so today was clouds, and in the afternoons I usually do like digital painting kind of stuff. For anyone who's just now tuning in, this is kind of the work I do. You can type ! socials. I fixed it to where it's like, you know, more reasonable to what everyone else does. This is the kind of work that I do. So I'm trying to update my portfolio and yeah, just work on my kids book and graphic novel portfolio because I'm trying to get into children's book illustration, so, or some kind of book illustration anyway. Whoever will hire me for illustration, really. But that's the goal. Anyway, let's look at what you guys did. I want to see what you guys were drawing today. So I'm going to go to the warm-up art section of the Discord. Kev, I see you there every single time. Yeah, if anyone wants to join in, now's your chance to drop in your warm-ups. As long as they're work safe, I'd love to share it with you guys. You start streaming, but you run out of post-its. Oh my gosh. And thank you for giving Cody that shout out, Amaze. How am I? Dinosaurs, right? Yeah, dinosaurs. I've talked, for those who don't know, by the way, since we had a big raid, there is a paleontologist who streams here on Twitch. If you want to be like me and Cody and become obsessed with dinosaurs and relive your childhood dream of being a paleontologist, you can do that here on Twitch. You can actually like watch a live dinosaur science being done and like discoveries being made. Thank you, Amaze. Oh no, shout out failed. We've shouted him out too many times. We shouted him out early in the stream. So it is paleontologizing if you guys want to go give him a follow. Let's see. So we are now in the warm-up art sharing part of the stream. So I'll be looking at what you guys did and we'll see what you guys got. So this is from Atlas. Let's see, Atlas. We did Stone and Fire yesterday. So these were studies that were submitted after the stream ended yesterday. So if you're watching right now and you're like, shoot, cloud studies would be great, or just wanting to study anything would be great, and you wanted to share, it's not too late. You can drop it in the Discord in the warm-up art section. I will show it next stream, next warm-up stream. So the next warm-up stream is going to be Monday. So I do those Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Anyway, but these look great. Oh my gosh, Atlas, fantastic job. Hold on, I want to start with the first one. Look at the color gradations on this gemstone. Is this quartz? I can't remember. I think it might be quartz. I could be wrong. I'm not a very good rock hound. I just think they're cool. But yeah, look at all the nice soft color gradations. You really captured those really well. And just those like strong, like those hard geometric corners. Really nice job. Crystals and stones and things that are super geometric like this are super, at least for me, super hard to do. And I think you did a great job here. Well done. And then of course, again, with these geometric textures, and look at these cool colors. See, this is the problem with warm-up sketch sharing time, is it always makes me want to paint again. Like, seeing how you've handled this, Atlas, and how I'm sure the rest of you've handled your pieces, I'm just going to want to keep doing this all day. So, if only I could somehow just survive by just doing studies all day and just becoming a better artist. It's inspirational, right? I mean, look at this. This looks really cool. I think you used Procreate, at least that's what you said last time. Really cool brushes. I love these textures here. I'm not answering that question again, Kev. We tried that yesterday. It's too hard of a question. Ooh, look at the way you rendered the wax. This looks awesome. You killed Raga, Kev. How dare you? Oh, and that soft glow. I love this this really nice backlit glow you've got going on coming through the wax here. That looks awesome. Yeah, really well done with like the darker bits, like the thicker bits of wax coming in like in different spots before the candle. These are little details to remember, guys. When you're looking at reference, remember we're trying to study, we're trying to learn, we're not trying to copy. So hopefully these were helpful for you. Oh, look at the shine on the metal. Just zooming out, I can appreciate that so much more. Well done. These look awesome, Sea of Atlas. Well done, and thank you for participating. Very inspiring stuff. Oh my God. We can't afford those mods now. Wait, which mods? Wait, what mods? I missed something. I don't know what you're talking about. I wish I could pay my mods. I wish I could afford to pay for an assistant. These look fantastic, Atlas. Thank you for sharing. An amazing fan 15. Here we go. Right here. Again, you always do these with line, and I'm always impressed how you're able to get any amount of like form with just line. Got some shading in here to help with that value and help us like pull that front part forward. You really tackled a tough weather cloud here. Stars in the ascent. Yeah. I don't know about that. This looks great. And I see you submitted a few. And again, you always do yours in sections. I like how you section things off to kind of help the eye kind of travel up these shapes. Really cool. This is a great study. I was too afraid to tackle a storm cloud today. Oh, another one. You got a nice wall cloud here. Whoa, look at this structure. This looks awesome. Really good structure right here. I love that. Nice. Nicely done. Nicely done, Amaze. These look really cool. These look almost ready to go in for like backgrounds almost for your comic. I'd love to see them. 10 out of 10 lines, yeah, for sure. These are great lines. Absolutely. Absolutely. And amazed just because I am sure you didn't listen back to it last time, but it was still really cool seeing your painted flames yesterday. I hope you try that again sometime. I think you're not. I think you feel ashamed when you shouldn't. I don't know why you do. I think you're better at it than you think you are. This is a tough one. I don't know how. See, to me, drawing this in line is almost tougher than doing this in a color study. Like, yeah, catching the motions and the wind movement. You did a great job with that here. But like, I would never even attempt this in line. I feel like that would take me so long to do this in just line work. Like, I feel like you're working really hard. Really nice shapes and movement study in this, though. And again, with the big sections, you can really feel the cloud being pushed along. Nicely done. Nicely done. Thank you for participating, as always. I appreciate you. Hopefully I didn't distract you too much, and thank you for modding through all of your drawings. And again, if anyone is watching and like, how do I get in on this? !Discord is where you can find the link. Here we have one from Beats. Oh, Beats, this looks so good. I love the way you did that's a really interesting choice. I like the way you did the hatching for the shadows there. That's a cool technique. See, again, this is the problem. It just makes me want to draw some more. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys can't see all of Beats' work. Let me minimize that. I didn't realize that was slightly off screen. Sorry about that. Pro streamer, guys, super know what I'm doing, absolutely. Definitely not a bumbler. And just like the big billowy bunches. Big billowy bunches, wow. Who knew? Alliteration. Really tough to do, and again, you kind of did a mixture of line and color here, kind of like a maze. Like, I feel like it would be harder for me to do this in line. But I like the balance here. Really nice. I love the big bunches here, especially. I gotta find a better word for that. This whole section right here looks awesome. I mean, the whole thing looks great, and I love the way you tackled the shadow. I just noticed that. The big, like, shadowy, like, the back end that's kind of fading into the rain back there. Really cool for this anvil cloud. Baby anvil cloud here. Very nice. This is a great study. I hope it was helpful for you. Again, you guys are making me want to paint more, so that's a little problematic because I have other things I have to do today. But really nice job. Well done. Thank you for participating. Oh, another one. Ooh, excellent. Another one from Beats, guys. Look at this. Oh, that's lovely. I feel like I could just fall into that. I love this. I love the gradations. I'm such a sucker for a good gradation. You started wanting to just sketch, but it looked awful, so you swapped color. Hey, that happens, and that's part of this, right? You figure out the technique that you want to use to apply to like these types of structures, right? Again, I'm with you. I just jump right into color when it comes to these big elemental things. Like, having to sit down and draw this would take me ages. Like if I was just using line. This looks awesome. Well done. Well done with the highlights. Well done with the form. Like, I can really, it feels very billowy. Really nice job. Beautiful. Beautiful. Excellent. Love. Clap. Sorry, I need to use all the emotes. I'll probably come back later. Oh, here we go, Kev. Thinking about how to exact revenge for being... What? Oh, this is your children's book story you were talking about, the Castle King. Yes, pleasantly floating there. I'm telling you, Kev. I will blood, yeah. Would love to see you actually do something from reference one of these days. Wow, Beats, you got 3 of them in. Holy cow. You kind of hate this one. I don't know why. No, this is fun. It almost looks like you used charcoal. I like this texture. See, again, this is a problem because now I just want to draw with more texture. I want to keep painting. I want to keep studying. Oh, so good. I love these. And for anyone who just got here or who just wandered in, we are looking at the community submissions for the warm-up studies today. So we did clouds today, studied different types of clouds. This is awesome. I don't think I've ever seen a cloud like this. I wonder if this is like photoshopped. It must be a little bit photoshopped. I kind of want to study this reference too. I love the texture in these clouds, and you did a good job capturing that rough, like the brush you chose. I don't think you should hate it. I think you should like it. I think it's a good study. Hopefully it helps. You know, hopefully these things help you guys down the road whenever you do go to make an illustration of your own. And if anyone is new to the Discord, if you just got in there, Nimbo Stratus. Oh, that's such a good name. I wish I hadn't sold my cloud book. I'm actually kind of bummed that I did. I had this whole little like book on weather. It was just like all different types of clouds and like different weather formations and ugh, why did I get rid of that? It's because I hadn't looked at it in years and I was like, I'm never gonna look at this. And of course, here I am wishing I had it to look at. But if anyone joins, you can find the warm-up art section to post your warm-ups here under stream events. So we got the stream events section right here. And then of course, there's like the art showcase. That's a different thing. So make sure if you join the art showcase, I think I started to talk about this earlier and just forgot. It's a once a month showcase of like the best of. So whatever work you're most proud of that you'd like to share, feel free to drop it in the art showcase section. It's just one image per person per month. So if you post something early in the month and then you make something that you like better later, just remove the old post and then make a new one. If there's a slowdown in there, so you can't like post back to back, so just make sure that you choose the image you actually want to share. But we'll be looking at that at the beginning of July. So yeah, lots of time. Got lots of time. But anyway, that's our stream events. And thank you guys. Thank you for everyone who posted today. I will be posting mine down below Beats's right here, so that anything posted after my image is what I will share next week. So if you have an image ready to share, give me like 5 minutes after stream to post mine, and then feel free to drop it in there. If you do happen to post ahead of me, I'll try to remember. I'll probably remember, but just in case. Whatever's below mine is just kind of visually easier for me to see. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thank you for joining me for this cloud warm-up stream. It was super fun. I hope you guys had fun. And thanks again for that raid, Maya. Really appreciate that. Thank you for popping in, and thank you to all the people who hung around from the raid, from the lurkers. Thanks, Chris. And thank you guys for being here. Triple Mused. It was good to see you. Asperatus clouds. Oh, I'll have to type that down. Type that down. Write that down. You know what I mean. Asperatus clouds. Cool. Well, if anybody wants to come back later today, I don't know if I will be... Oh, I have seen these. Yeah, it's, that photo was a little bit edited, but it's still really dramatic. Really cool. Thank you for knowing the name of that. That's awesome, Triple Mused. Wow, feel free to give me all your cloud knowledge. Would love to know more. You can be my cloud book, since I lost mine. Just kidding. Kidding, not kidding. Come back and tell me more things. I love learning. I feel like that's part of what makes people a good artist, right? Is like a curiosity, right? You gotta be curious and enthusiastic to learn. Or asperitus. Either way, I found it, so thank you. I appreciate that. We will be back on later today. I'm not I'll probably be working on emotes, most likely. Maybe just sketches, depending. I don't know if I'll be here at my home studio or if I'll be at my actual studio. Hopefully I'll be back at my actual studio. I'm still waiting on that text for the all clear. Probably text them again in an hour or so to see, but hopefully I won't be here again. I really prefer to be in my studio. I have so much stuff there I need to do, but regardless, I will be back at 4 p.m. Mountain Time. If you want to come hang out again, feel free. If not, that's okay. It was great to meet some new folks today. Thanks again for being here. And I'm going to find another art streamer to raid into. We're going to go find, hopefully, I try to do family-friendly, work-safe art streams. Typically, that is, I would say, like 85% of the time, that's what we raid into. So let's go and find one. Let's see. We have got quite a few, actually, who are on right now. Who are we going to pick? Oh, you know what? Hold on, let me see. We might raid... I think I might have an idea. Ooh, there's a few good people on. Oh, Monster Pie Zoe's on. Hold on, they keep trying to start an ad on me and I keep snoozing it. I don't want you guys to be stuck on an ad when we raid. Okay, you know who we haven't raided before and I think would be really fun to raid? Oh no, we have raided, but just it's been a while apparently. Where'd he go? There he is. What's he working on? We have raided them once in the last 30 days, but I would love to pass this raid love. You know what? Let's go raid Rock, Paper, Water. He's about to get started. He does awesome pen and ink stuff. And we just met him recently here on Twitch as well. I think if you're looking for some new cool artists here on Twitch, he's mostly traditional. It looks like he might be doing a mixture of traditional painting today and also some new emotes himself. So if you'd like to go follow along, I just shouted him out so that you can find him. And yeah, let's go say hi. Let's go say hi to Rock. I think that'll be a good one. We haven't rated him in about a month, so it's about time. Let's pass on some Twitch love to another new Twitch artist. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you, Amaze and Raga and everybody who's helping out with the commands and stuff in chat. And yeah, thank you, chatters. Thank you, lurkers. Thank you, followers. Thank you, Maya, for the raid. Appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for making this such a fun place. If you need any socials, I know Amaze probably just posted these, or maybe Raga did, but there's my socials in my Discord. If you need any of those links, feel free to click them. Like I said, we'll be back in like 4 hours. Actually, 3 hours at this point. Oh my gosh, I gotta get going. The stream went a little longer than it was supposed to because of the foul up, because of the internet issues at my actual studio. So usually I'm done about 40 minutes ago. And let's also give a round of applause to this Lambeosaur. I mean, like, who would have thought it stayed up the whole stream with that tape, that very minimal amount of tape that it has. But anyway, eventually there'll be an actual art print there. But let's go say hi to Rock, and I'll hopefully see you guys later. Have a good rest of your day if I don't see you, and thanks again for being here. I really appreciate you. Until next time, have a good day, guys. Bye.